2,220 feet above sea level. We welcome you to college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. The Missouri Tigers from the SEC have traveled all the way to Laramie, Wyoming to take on the Cowboys from the Mountain West Conference. With Jenny Dell, Aaron Murray, Rick Neuheisel, I'm Carter Blackburn. And Rick, dare I say, the Mountain West Conference has already turned some heads in college football, and these Wyoming Cowboys and their fans ready to, as they say around here, ride for the brand.
The United States Census says there's 577,000 in this beautiful state of Wyoming. That's the least populated state in the Union. But after listening to them play Cowboy Joe and sing it loud, it sounds like they're all here tonight. I promise you there is passion and then some here in this stadium, and they believe they can take on these Tigers and tussle with them all night long.
I think coaches always worry about having enough energy to start a game, but this is week one. I was on the sidelines in warm-ups. They were saying, hey, simmer down a little bit. Don't peak too soon. Save a little bit of juice for the game. I'm excited. The players are excited, and the coaches are excited for this week one matchup.
Well, the Missouri fans are also excited because this could be a banner season. They got the quarterback that just about everybody in college football wanted.
After week 4 last year, Dabo Swinney made national news by benching his 16-2 starter, Kelly Bryant, in favor of Trevor Lawrence. We know how that worked out for him, but Kelly Bryant had to go someplace else, and Missouri is excited as they can be that he chose there. He's a wonderful athlete, and if he needs somebody to look to, this is the guy, Albert Okwuegbunam. And if it sounds hard to pronounce, he's even harder to cover. He will be a matchup nightmare all night long.
So, Aaron, not only the NFL scouts, but all of the Wyoming defense has their eyes on Alberto, which means Logan Wilson and his defense tall task.
Well, Logan Wilson is the anchor of this defense. You see it every year, especially these past couple of years. He's number 2 heading into the season with most tackles in the FBS. He's going to be in charge of covering Alberto. Plain and simple, you've got to stop Alberto, and then you got to worry about a mobile quarterback in Kelly Bryant. So his plate is full tonight, but hey, he's up for the challenge. I'm excited to see him.
And for Wyoming head coach Craig Bohl, a Nebraska alum, now in his 6th season coaching the Cowboys. Across the way, Barry Odom, a Missouri alum. So almost an old school Big 8 feel between these two coaches, and a lot of respect between them. For more on the challenges for the Tigers, here's Jenny Dell.
Well, Carter, you mentioned it. We are 7,220 feet above sea level. This is the highest elevation of any college football stadium, and this is the first time that Missouri has played at this high of an elevation. It's actually the first time they've played at any elevation this high in the last 10 years. So special preparations went into this game. 3 weeks ago, they instituted a diet to help increase the amount of oxygen that the blood can carry at one given time. What does that include? Hydration, beetroot juice, and iron-rich food. Guys, Coach Odom worked hard on creating the proper balance of preparing his team for these elements, but also stressed as soon as this ball kicks off, it is time to play.
And we are almost there. 78 degrees of very light wind. And the Missouri Tigers from the SEC, the Wyoming Cowboys from the Mountain West Conference, hoping to join the list of the Mountain West upsets thus far. The 2019 season kicks off for the Tigers and the Cowboys, and it will be Cowboy football to begin. So our Chick-fil-A starting lineups begin with the Wyoming Cowboys and Sean Chambers from Kerman, California, and the Valley of the San Joaquin. A year ago, as a freshman, a much-needed boost for a moribund Cowboy offense. Midway through the season, then 4 games in, broken leg. So now he's back as a redshirt freshman, and Wyoming hopes this is the beginning of a breakthrough year for Sean Chambers. Xavier Valladay in the backfield with him. Running on first down. A good push. Got 3, maybe 4 yards on first down. So let's take a look at the rest of the Wyoming offensive starters.
Yeah, I think Valladay, the one you just saw carry that ball right there, he's going to be the key in this game. A lot of eyes will be on Chambers. We're going to see if he can pass the ball, but he's a big-time runner for the quarterback position, so you got to take some hits off him. So see Valladay get going early in this football game.
Call it 2nd and 7. That's Conway in motion, and it's Valladay who takes it, and he is shoved back as soon as he gets to the line. Bolton leads the way for the Missouri defense. Let's take a look at that Tiger defense.
Well, they're led by number 47, Cale Garrett. Garrett was a last-second recruit. He was on his way to one of the military academies. They said, we've got a scholarship for you, and are they glad they did so? 112 tackles last year. If you count the last 2 years, he's 4th in the FBS right now in tackling. He will be all over the field.
And they're in exactly where Wyoming didn't want to be, 3rd and long.
The quarterback that's an unproven thrower, this is not the situation you want to be in early in this game.
So Chambers to throw for the first time. It's tipped, and it is incomplete. It was batted at the line, and the Cowboys go 3 and out. Good push from Jordan Elliott up front.
This is going to be the key. Get Wyoming in 3rd and long situations. Turn up the heat and play man-to-man defense. This is what I would do if I was a defensive coordinator as well. Unproven thrower at quarterback. You don't know what he can do with his arm. Let's play tight man-to-man and make him be accurate.
Excellent play there by Jordan Elliott, putting pressure on the quarterback, making him get it out of his hands early.
Galovich punts it away. Rashad Floyd is back. Former wide receiver, now defensive back, still punt return. Well, that almost touched a Tiger. Cowboys down at the 35-yard line. So good field position for Mizzou. 36-yard punt. We take a look at our Chick-fil-A starting lineups on this side of the ball. And the Missouri offense led now by Kelly Bryant from Calhoun Falls, South Carolina, on the Savannah River, as Peter Ball pointed out in The Athletic this week. Back to his freshman year of high school, he's won 86% of the football games he's played in. Proven winner before when he was a Clemson Tiger, now a Missouri Tiger. The expectations to win bigger than ever for Kelly Bryant. Roundtree with him in the backfield. Roundtree takes it left side. Roundtree rides it for a gain of 6 as we look at the rest of the Missouri offensive starters.
Well, we just saw Larry Roundtree, 1,200-plus yards last year, 19-19 on his career. That's more than anybody else in the history of Missouri football from the running back spot. He's an absolute asset for Kelly Bryant.
Bryant out of the gun. Finds Roundtree again. Right side, first down and more across the 50. Roundtree takes it to the 45. It's a gain of 14 before Weber brings him down.
Yeah, get the big boys up front. They have a size advantage on this Missouri offensive line. This is what you want. Quarterback first year in this system. If you can get the run game going, he's going to be a lot more relaxed in the pocket.
Tigers cross the 50 for the first time. Play action, and now Bryant on the roll. Outside the pocket looking long. Kelly Bryant with the legs dances out of bounds. Looked like he was looking for the deep ball, but instead goes out of bounds. A chance to look at the Wyoming defense.
Yeah, Andrew Wingard and Marcus Epps gone last year, the 2 leaders of this defense at the safety position. Rome Weber going to be asked to be in the box, going to be asked to cover tight ends, receivers in the slot, come up in the run support as well.
So still a gain of 3. Make it 2nd and 7. Bryant, run, keeper. He reads it perfectly. Doesn't even take the hit, but gets a first down before Halliburton. Gain of 9, first down, Mizzou.
This has got to be so much fun for Derek Dooley, the offensive coordinator for Missouri, to have a guy like Kelly Bryant in the backfield. You can do so many things. In every one-back set, you really are a 2-back offense because Bryant is just like a tailback. It's just and he's used to this up-tempo offense. He looks very comfortable early.
Bryant gives to Roundtree. Short gain on first down. And I guess, Aaron, that's the big question. What does Kelly Bryant look like in the Missouri offense? What does the Missouri offense now look like with Kelly Bryant?
I think you're going to see less vertical throws this year compared to last year with Drew Lock. But you watch Missouri last season offensively, a lot of RPOs, a lot of short passes. This is why Drew Lock's completion percentage went from about 58 to 62, 63. And Kelly Bryant, we know, is an accurate passer, can hit those short ones.
2nd round pick of the Broncos. Bryant. That's Beatty out of the backfield on 2nd and 8. Beatty goes rolling for another Missouri first down all the way to the 21. Wilson finally finishes it off. That's officially the first pass for Kelly Bryant in his Missouri career and a completion.
Well, it's easy passes right now. You're not going to want, even the one he scrambled on, they were just hitches on the outside. Get him going in this offense a little bit. Don't make it too complicated. He'll have his time to stretch the field. When this defense comes up, then maybe we'll see a shot later in the first quarter or half.
From just outside the 20. Bryant going to hand off. Beatty has it. Tripped and falls. And so Missouri Red zone last year, 61% touchdown. As we take a look at tonight's red zone, brought to you by Verizon. So the national average at 63. Missouri was actually a tick below that. But, Rick, they took so many big shots with Drew Lock.
And the field consensus, obviously, when you get down there and you're trying to throw the ball down there, it gets more confined. With Kelly Bryant at quarterback, the running opportunities will be more multiple.
And here's Roundtree on the right side, pushing. Roundtree takes it inside the 15. Gain of 3. 3rd and short in the red zone coming.
Interesting coaching decision here. Are we in 4 down? Are we going to take a field goal? That will impact the play call here on 3rd down. I would probably be in 4 down the way they're controlling the line of scrimmage right now. So you can look for either a play action pass or something in the zone read world with Kelly Bryant maybe keeping the ball.
First 3rd down from Mizzou. 3rd and 2. Bryant going to keep it, and it's wide open for a first down. Bryant inside the 10. First and goal, Mizzou. Weber finally makes a stop. Bryant with the legs, and Aaron has him set up.
Well, the thing is, you're going to see Wyoming's going to crash the defensive end on the outside, thinking there's going to be a scrape over top, but they have a tight end blocking them as well. Great call and great execution.
First and goal. Bryant, fade, end zone, incomplete. Looking for Jonathan Nance, the grad transfer from Arkansas, hole in coverage.
Just a one-on-one shot there. A fade. You'd like to throw that when you get that kind of coverage to the back shoulder. That'll be something they'll learn as they get more comfortable with each other. Albert O is back in the game. Remember, we talked about him being a matchup problem. Keep your eyes on 81 right here.
Albert O waving him. The junior, 17 TDs in 18 games. Bryant, hand, Roundtree. Good push inside the 5. 3rd and goal coming for Missouri. Opening drive. Halliburton makes a stop.
Well, talking with Jake Dickert, the Wyoming defensive coordinator, so this is their plan in the red zone. They're going to put the box, heavy box, extra safety, extra linebacker, and then play tight man-to-man coverage on the outside. Plain and simple. Can Kelly Bryant be accurate with the ball to these guys on fades, on slants, whatever it may be to win one-on-one coverage?
They are already showing zero coverage, which is the norm when you get in this kind of confined space. But again, 81 would be where I'd be focusing.
12-play opening drive for Missouri, and so even with the timeout there for Mizzou, Barry Odom trying to encourage his offense coming back. Kelly Bryant's let him all the way down. Opening drive, 3rd and goal coming. And the Tigers have moved it very well so far against the Cowboys, Rick.
Very efficient, very efficient. And this is going to be a bad formula for Wyoming if they're able to control the ball on the ground. Wyoming has to keep them in front of them. We heard that yesterday in our coaches' meetings because of a speed disparity. But if they're able to push and create easy running lanes, which has been the case here early, it could be a long night for the Cowboys.
Well, that's the difficulty with facing an offense like Missouri. They have so much speed on the outside. Obviously, Albert O at tight end, great running game, and then a mobile quarterback, and then some studs at offensive line. I mean, they got 5 dudes up front. They're 320 plus. So where do you stop them? It's kind of pick your poison defensively and hope you can match up somehow.
Craig Bowl said yesterday, we need to make Kelly Bryant uncomfortable, make him make throws that he is not accustomed to. That hasn't been the case on the first drive.
Well, Derek Dooley has some excellent weapons to choose from on 3rd and goal. Parker late getting in there for the Tigers. Out of the timeout. Out of the timeout. Play clock at 5. Bryant get it snapped. 3rd and goal. Heavy pressure. Bryant steps up. Tosses. Touchdown. Mizzou. Bryant to Nance. And the Kelly Bryant era at Mizzou opens with a touchdown drive.
Gotta love that. The creativity in the pocket right there. It's funny, we talk about Rome Weber at the beginning of the show. He's gonna have a free shot right there. Gotta take him down. One-on-one in the pocket. Misses. And that's the most dangerous thing. When you sell out and don't get it, you can't expect your guys to cover that long in the back end.
Athleticism clearly on display right there, guys. He's hard to get it down. I mean, he is such a good athlete standing in that pocket.
McCann's PAT makes it 7-0 Missouri, and the TD pass from the former Clemson Tiger Kelly Bryant to the former Arkansas Razorback Jonathan Nance. But it's 7 for Mizzou. A touchdown drive to get it started for Kelly Bryant and the Missouri Tigers, 7-0 on the Wyoming Cowboys. Let's check in on our principal financial game plan.
Well, I think for Missouri right now, you saw a perfect example of that entire first drive. Keep this defense guessing. Run, pass, RPO, zone read, whatever it is. Defensively, make Chambers win with his arm. You saw also in the first possession for Wyoming, 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 10. He has to sit in the pocket and win. That's not a good thing.
And for Wyoming, they've got to control the ball, possess it. They've got to win the time of possession today, play keep away, if you will. They're off to a poor start there, 4.5 minutes to just 1.5.
Only 3 plays, 3 and out for Wyoming, and then the 12-play touchdown drive for Mizzou. So the early returns, positive for the Tigers in their maiden voyage to Laramie. That's a touchback to the 25-yard line. Tonight, 11:30 Eastern, CBS Sports Network heads across the pond to Sweden for a fight night unlike any other. Don't miss the Muay Thai card with 2 world title fights on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Aaron Murray, Rick Neuheisel, Ginny Dell on the sideline. I'm Carter Blackburn, and we eschewed the giant cowboy hats for the Open. I'm not sure it was a good decision.
A fashion
also
must
didn't
here.
make that wardrobe
Maybe
decision.
not a must.
We tried to get Aaron to break it out, but the answer was no. Good push up the middle this time for Valladay. The sophomore from Illinois has a gain of 9 on first down. And, Rick, that's where the Cowboys need to get to.
Absolutely. They have to win the line of scrimmage here today. We talk about time of possession. The way to do that is control it on the ground. They've got a running quarterback. They have numbers. The math will be in their favor most of the night. They've just got to be aggressive at the front, just like they were on that previous play.
And they have to win first and second down as well. Get to these second and third and short situations.
Chambers fakes it, tosses it, is tipped and incomplete, and there's a missed opportunity on a bullet ball on very short.
Well, and that's one of the issues too. Of when do you need to bring the fastball, and when do you got to have a little bit of touch right there? It's a quick slant on the inside. Should you catch it as a receiver? Yes, but at the end of the day, you can make the job easier for your guy, nice and controlled. Instead of putting it at his head, put it right in his chest.
Here was the tail of the tape a year ago. We talked about time of possession. It's hard to possess it when you're 3 of 13 on third down.
Missouri
0 for 1 tonight. This is big down right here.
More conversions than Wyoming had attempts, and that will be close. On the right side, Cole Garrett comes up to make the stop, and from that initial spot, looks like it's going to be short.
Craig Bohl, as you pointed out, was an old Nebraska guy. He'll be conservative here. He'll look to punt the ball, play field position. It's early. But I guarantee there's some Cowboy fans here who say, hey, let's go for this thing. I like the decision.
I do, too. It's too early in the game. You saw what Missouri just did. You don't get this, and you give them the ball at the 35-yard line. Good decision. Hopefully your punter will go out there and boom it for you.
Galovich will punt it away to Floyd. 4th and short. Floyd calls for the fair catch right around the 26-yard line. So the Clemson career, the decision to transfer, all of that is in the past. For now, number 7. An impressive start for Missouri all the way around, but the 7 on the board for Kelly Bryant, and now at long last on the field for the Tigers.
Carter, I think the word I'd use is comfortable. I mean, there's no urgency, none of that nervous energy that normally accompanies a first game, especially with a new team. Very, very comfortable. Look at this play, just making people look silly in that pocket and finding the open receiver, Nance. Beautiful first drive.
2 for 3, 12 passing yards, so 20 rushing yards, an early indicator. Both are going to be a factor for Kelly Bryant and the Missouri offense. Beatty is with them in the backfield. Bryant on the roll. Incomplete. Left it high for Jonathan Johnson. Incomplete. Now, this is a very short list of the notable QB transfers, grad transfers, including Kelly Bryant.
Well, Jalen Hurts, I think all eyes will be on that game tomorrow versus Houston. It's the only game on TV. Everyone will be watching. He's a stud now. He's the same thing like Kelly Bryant can do with his arm and with his legs. Maryland
fans hope every game's like today.
lopsided. Bryant, nothing doing there. A late push by Halliburton. No flag. Brian Halliburton. Both take a tumble on the sideline. Get ready for 3rd and long.
It's a great play for the Wyoming defense, but I like the maturity that Bryant shows here, not trying to make something out of nothing. Take the loss, live to play again. You've got a 7-0 lead.
This is going to be interesting, this play call right here for Missouri and Dooley. Do you want to test them out early? You got the speed on the outside. There's a good chance you're going to get the matchup somewhere. Do you trust Kelly Bryant enough? We know we trust him with his legs. Do you now trust him with his arm?
3rd and long on Missouri's 2nd possession. First one went 12 plays for a touchdown. Bryant steps up, rolls out of the pocket, tosses right at the sticks. It is caught. Johnson has the grab. Where is he spotted? Right at the sticks. Rome Weber comes up to make the stop on Johnson, and he is just short. It's 4th down coming for the Tigers.
That was a fantastic play by Rome Weber. You talked about him in the open, Aaron. You talk about closing on the play. Brilliant by Kelly Bryant to find an open receiver, but an unbelievable tackle closing to keep him short of the 1st down.
And the offense is staying on the field for the Missouri Tigers on 4th and 1.
My guess is they're going to try to get him to jump, but we'll see.
You're down to 6 seconds.
They certainly have the weapons to make the 1st down here.
Bryant, hands, Beatty, right side. He is very close, and a big spot coming.
You're right, Carter. This is all predicated on the spot. My guess is he's going to have it by the nose of a ball, but Wyoming fans are hoping I'm wrong.
Great look right down the line. 1st down, Mizzou. Beatty gets just enough for a 4th down conversion.
It's interesting. They went with Beatty here, 4th and 1. And why aren't you going with Roundtree, your bigger back? Beatty's the scat back, the guy you want to get in the flat, quick throws to, but just enough there to get this drive moving and also keep that Wyoming defense on the field.
Albert Okuegbunam in motion. Bryant, fake it, rolling. Looks that way, and it's complete. It's Scott across the 40-yard line. Scott. So you pick up 4th down and then dragging across Cam Scott for a gain of 29 yards.
Well, this is where Kelly Bryant feels good. I saw him all warm-ups on the field, throwing on the run to his left, to his right. He loves it. He is an athlete. So that deep cross, he can throw that thing in his sleep.
Derek Dooley's offense hurries up. 1st and 10. Fake it again. Toss it again. Jonathan Johnson on the edge. 1st down, Mizzou. Another trip to the red zone. Loose football. Johnson hangs on, however. Around the 16. Nearly stripped.
This has been a staple of Missouri offense for some time now. Even before Derek Dooley got there, they play a run offense inside, but play 2-man combinations outside. They gave him the quick out. Kelly Bryant took it, and Johnson made him pay for it.
Great hands by Johnson to get them back on the football after the bobble. Beatty takes it on 1st down. Beatty trying to pick his way, and he is dropped inside the 15-yard line. Minimal gain. Messias Gandy makes the stop.
It is important for Wyoming right now. You don't want to go down 14-0 early in this game. Listen, great drive by Missouri, yes, but if Wyoming can somehow hold them to a field goal and keep this to a 10-0 game, that is a win right now. Offensively, they got to figure it out. Defensively, right now, your focus is let's load the box a little bit, let's play one-on-one, and then see if Kelly Bryant can throw a fade and beat you that way.
Cowboys don't have a 1st down. Missouri, 2nd possession, 2nd red zone trip. Bryant's going to hand again. Beatty. Another short gain, 3rd down coming for the Tigers.
To your point, Aaron, this is a huge down coming up. 3rd down and 5. We talked to Jake Dickert, the defensive coordinator. He said we need to be complex, but complexity through simplicity, meaning we can't try to do too much against up-tempo. So look for a lot of disguises, but they're going to try to be, in terms of their base stuff, in very comfortable coverages so that they know what they're doing and their technique is proper.
It's Parker at tight end rather than Albert O for 3rd and 6. Bryant from the gun. Over the middle. Caught. That's Parker, and he has it inside the 5. Short of the goal line. Shoved back by the Cowboys. But Daniel Parker comes up with a huge grab. Wilson and Malawia on the stop.
That's a great read right here. All clear. You see 3 verticals on your left. Parker just sits down right there, finds the zone, and then gets north as soon as he catches the ball.
And now 1st and goal. Bryant, handoff. Short gain. It'll be 2nd and goal.
This is obviously the money area of the field. We call this the black zone. We transition from the red zone to the black zone. When we get inside the 10, you have to be at your best. And obviously, Wyoming has to sell out here. So you take your safeties and bring them up to the line of scrimmage, which makes you very prone to little pop passes over the top. Wouldn't be surprised to see one here in the next couple of downs.
Roundtree and Oberwaven back in the game for 2nd and goal. Bryant will hand. Roundtree, touchdown, Tigers.
They're just having their way right now, Carter. They are manhandling the Cowboys up front and making it look easy.
The first one went 12 plays. Second one 11. Same result there, and touchdown Missouri.
They're big up front, plain and simple. They got some guys up front this offensive line. You saw Borum right there, number 79, the left guard, pulling around. That's 340 pounds coming in at safeties and linebackers. Great job just to get enough for your running back to get in there.
Before the PAT.
Rolling on the field with a touchdown. The previous play is under review.
Our replay official, Ron Leatherwood, wants to take a look.
Eye in the sky caught something here, Carter?
That should be easy. I think he's in. Knee doesn't go down until he crosses the end zone.
The guess was the knee might have touched, but I think the video is conclusive that it didn't.
And you know, when we talk to replay officials, they say sometimes if there's a short gain and you're not sure, you just let it go because it may not have a consequential impact. Obviously, a touchdown. It's not like the NFL where everything's reviewed, but if it's a difference between a touchdown, 6 points, they want to take a look just in case.
Get it right. Coaches, old coaches like us, that's all we want you to do.
Now, who are you calling old, Rick?
Oh,
I was not at all.
I'm sitting up here with Aaron Murray. I recruited this kid.
And you didn't get him.
No, another one.
He put on a good sell, though. He put on a really good sell.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Larry Roundtree. So Rick put on a good sell, Aaron, but it was Georgia, the Bulldogs anyway.
Yeah, you got to stay East Coast. You got to stay SEC. You know, you grew up in Florida. It's hard to go out there to California. He did a good pitch,
But you did like the Rose Bowl.
Oh, the Rose Bowl was beautiful. Probably my favorite stadium of all time.
You're not alone there. They're fond of War Memorial Stadium here in Laramie. McCann PAT. So Wyoming has 13 total yards in the game, and the Missouri Tigers have 14 points. A dominant start to 2019 for Mizzou.
Here we go! Go beyond the gridiron.
This is the kind of stuff you get excited about.
With Inside College Football, Tuesday at 9 on CBS Sports Network. Today in College Football on CBS Sports Network is brought to you in part by Werner Ladder. Step up your game with Werner.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. I ask her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
It's the Labor Day sale at Ace.
The perfect time to buy a grill from our exclusive lineup of premium brands.
Right now, get free assembly and delivery on all grills $3.99 and up. Plus, get a free accessories package with select Traeger grills.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
On an all-new season of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
There's a storm coming.
Did you hear that? Someone's in the house.
All of our Dr. Pepper's gone.
You got the wrong fan.
Oh, are you seeing another grill?
It's just a snack.
That's it, Crow. These turnovers are killing us. Your husband's gone.
For the season? I'm transferring to Tech.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
About time you showed up.
We're pretty different.
Everyone in your family is different. That's why Verizon lets everyone mix and match different unlimited plans, so you only pay for what you need. Switch now to Verizon. New plans start at $35. Just $35. The network more people rely on gives you more.
Attention. IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes, only $6.99.
The Killer Threes, they've knocked off the defending champs. And the triplets will head to the championship game.
Welcome back to more Memorial Stadium. Missouri is up 14-0 right now. And about a month ago, the Mizzou football team got a lot of love on social media. Wide receiver Jonathan Nance, the one who scored that first touchdown here, snapped a video of his teammates dancing around the locker room doing their best impression of their marching band. That video went viral. He viewed over 2 million times. Now, Coach Odom singled out one player. He told me that's the most athletic moves I've ever seen him make. Coach said, heck yeah, I want to win every game, but I want the team to enjoy the process of what it takes to be successful. So, guys, I think this is a clear indication that morale is high despite the current postseason ban.
As it should be. I used to love having the band come out on Thursday practices at all the places I coached, and we would always be working on special teams. And in the special teams, I'd put the band out there to return the kick. I'd pick somebody, all right, who do you want to catch this thing? And we'd run the return with a band member running the ball back.
And did the band member ever outrun your players?
No, that never
would be
happened.
A significant problem, I would imagine.
But one time, he almost took one in the noggin, so I made sure he was equipped with a helmet.
You got to sign a waiver at this point to get back out there. All right. Now, Aaron, band members or the Cowboys would take any help right now offensively because
sometimes you just need one first down. Plain and simple. You just got to get that monkey off your back. Get one brings two, and then you just got to make a drive from there. We'll see what they can do.
Hand off Trey Smith, and there is your first down. Aaron Murray across the 40-yard line. Finally, the Cowboys move the chains.
Big play for the Cowboys again. You got 3 backs in the backfield based on the fact the quarterback's a runner. They lose a gap, and Trey Smith makes them pay.
Yeah, Eric Aboje, number 69, does a great job. When we talk about big left guard, 354 pounds, pretty much threw the defensive tackle right out of the zone, wide open for his running back.
More yards on that play than Wyoming had in the previous 2 drives. And so why not hand it off again? This one doesn't go quite as well for Trey Smith. The grad transfer from Louisville, Cale Garrett there on the stop.
Cale Garrett, that anchor in the middle, 112 tackles a year ago. A awesome inside player. Maybe a little bit challenged sideline to sideline, but you have an instinct for the ball, he's got it.
Led him in tackles last year, 112. Electric personality as well. Chambers in there. The Missouri defense is ready for the stop again. Now it's Akil Byers, played outside last year, inside this year. That's what the Tigers are looking for from Byers.
I just want you to show, look how many guys are at the line of scrimmage right now. Everyone's lined up within 10 yards, even the safety's within 10 yards, and these guys are ready to go. They said, if you're, like we said at the beginning, if you're going to beat me, Chambers needs to beat me with his arm. Plain and simple. They're going to continue to load that box.
Again, speed advantage to Missouri.
Flag is down well prior to the snap.
Substitution infraction. Offense broke the huddle with more than 11 players. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Typical first game type penalty, especially with a redshirt freshman under center. Listen, they have got to make him two-dimensional. Right now, Sean Chambers has not proven, as you just pointed out, that he can beat him with his arm, and this is the absolute down they want to avoid. 3rd and long. Cowboys have to stay out of it.
Validay's in the backfield along with Chambers. Have to cross midfield to get a first down. So Chambers winds up and throws well off the mark for Austin Conway. And Wyoming finally gets a first down and then promptly throw it in reverse against Missouri. They're punting again.
Well, those aren't the passes that he likes. He feels very comfortable. He's tall, big stature in the pocket. He likes things over the middle. He sees things. He can accurately throw the football. When you get outside the hashes, that's something that he's going to have to continue to work on throughout the season, making those throws on time and with anticipation.
There's a great conversation you had yesterday with Sean about those throws. So, no flags. Now there it is. Contact with the punter. So we'll take a look at this one as Floyd across the 15-yard line dances out of bounds. But you have a flag down after the punter was contacted.
Cowboys are going to get the ball back. That's going to be roughing the punter. Talk about first game mistakes.
Huge one.
Running into the kicker, defense number 25. That penalty will be declined. First down.
A break for Missouri.
Running rather than roughing.
Maybe a good acting job. Maybe a good acting job.
Everything going Missouri's way.
I'm America's first and only hybrid minivan. I'm America.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like,
This song? With the kids in the car?
it's better than yours.
Oh, no, you didn't.
But I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Oh, they're listening to something else? My bad. Baby Shark? Ooh, that's my jam. Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do, Baby Shark.
Get a great deal on a Pacifica at the Chrysler Labor Day sales event.
Our tradition for my football team is we dress up, shirt and tie. I had a tie, but I didn't know how to tie it. Usually I would have my dad help me when he was deployed. I'm thinking, don't worry about it. My grandma should know.
He says, can you tie a tie? And I'm like, no, but we're on our way to Chick-fil-A.
I recognize them because they came into our store so much. Miss Bertha and Mr. Terrence, I'm like, of course, I'll help them out and show them how to tie a tie.
It wasn't just a tie, it's what was in your heart.
It's my pleasure. Doing good, man. You got it.
Verizon is America's most awarded network and the only one with the Galaxy Note 10 5G. Right now, when you buy one, you get a Galaxy Note 10 free. That's Verizon.
Football is a team sport, but it's not just the guys on the field. It's the unsung heroes who help us win throughout the season. They're tough and hardworking. For these professionals, Werner products are an essential part of every job. They're versatile, adaptable, and always up for the challenge. They deliver balance and trust, and you can count on them for quality. They've worked their way to the top and stay there. Now's the time to find great deals on Werner products. Visit stepupwithwerner.com to learn more.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Verizon, America's most reliable network. And by DiGiorno. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
University of Wyoming, founded 1886. It's a 14-0 start for Missouri. Now, the penalty was declined because, like the result of the punt. So, have Missouri pinned back inside the 20. Why take the 5-yard penalty and do it all over again? Jonathan Johnson makes the catch there. But the issue is everything's going right for Barry Odom. Nothing right so far for Wyoming. And a 14-0 start. Kelly Bryant, football back in his hands.
They're taking advantage of same things they took advantage of last year in a 40-13 win.
Bryant pulls it, takes it across the 25, third and short coming. Mario Mora trying to rip it away from Bryant after a gain of 3.
I think right now defensively for Wyoming, third and short, your punters had a great punt, was able to put them inside the 20. If you get off the field right here, you give your offense opportunity to get the ball around the 30 or 40-yard line. I'm going to play tight man-to-man coverage, heavy inside leverage to give up any kind of slant. Make sure Kelly Bryant can beat you with an out-breaking route.
This is a cover zero looking defense. You can see him running back now to cover 1.
Toss, Roundtree trying to find the edge. Cowboys trying to run him down, and a big pop on the edge to force 4th down. C.J. Colden, loss of 2. 4th down coming as the seconds tick away in the first quarter.
Great job by the Wyoming defense playing an edge. We always talk in coaching parlance of keeping an edge, making sure you keep the ball inside of you. So to all your help, all those other guys in the same colored uniform, Cowboys were brilliant right there.
A first quarter dominated by the Missouri Tigers, 14-0. College football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico.
Golden Corral's juicy endless sirloin and saucy St. Louis style ribs really put the meat in Meet Me in St. Louis. Endless sirloin and St. Louis style ribs. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
We trust USA more than any other company out there. They give us excellent customer service every time.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident. USA took care of her car rental and getting her car towed. All I had to take care of was making sure that my daughter was okay.
If I met another veteran, they were with another insurance company, I would tell them, you need to join USAA because they have better rates and better service. We're the Gomez family. We're the Rivera family. We are the Kirby family, and we are USAA members for life.
Get your auto insurance quote today.
Now's your chance to save big on America's favorite boats during the model year clearance sale. Save up to $2,500 on remaining 2019 Tracker and Sun Tracker boats. Save up to $3,500 on Tahoe, up to $4,500 on Regency, and save up to $5,000 on remaining Nitro boats. Plus bonus factory cash on select models and thousands more in savings compared to 2020 models. Hurry to Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, and Tracker Boating Centers nationwide.
Do you use catheters? Are you using the catheter that's really best for you?
Oh, yeah.
For years, I'd been using one kind of catheter, and I never knew that there were other really great catheters available until Liberator sent me samples to try. If I had not tried the samples from Liberator, I might never have found the perfect catheter for me. Liberator Medical sent me a catheter that was easier for me to use right out of the package. Now that I've found the best catheter for me, it's made my life much easier. My catheters were completely paid for, not a dime out of my pocket.
There are so many innovative catheters. Get the best catheter for you. Call Liberator Medical. Get your free catheter sample pack.
Call 1-800-662-9549. That's 1-800-662-9549.
We're feeling all the love in Wyoming these past couple days.
You guys have got Wyoming down to a T. That's University of Wyoming alumni Alicia Kraft who wrote those songs. Second quarter begins with a punt, and the first punt of Tucker McCann's collegiate career. The senior kicker, now punter, and we begin second quarter with a flag.
Snap infraction, offense number 49. 5-yard penalty, remains fourth down.
Oh, hate to do this to you, Jake Hoffman. I mean, the snapper and you get in the spotlight, but we have to.
You don't want to be in the spot. No. Offensive lineman, snapper, especially a long snapper. You don't want your name to get mentioned unless you're making a tackle down the field.
It's like being the holder. You're only mentioned if something goes wrong.
So let's try this again. First punt for Tucker McCann. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I feel like we've seen this before in week 0, didn't we?
This feels a little like Arizona's field goal unit.
Well, that had a happy ending.
False start. Offense number 32. 5-yard penalty. Remains fourth down.
If he boots a 70-yard punt here at elevation, it's gonna work out just like it did for the Wildcats in Honolulu last week. All right. Take 3.
Third time's the charm.
Tucker McCann can make this all go away.
From the goal line. Excellent snap from Jake Hoffman, and Tucker McCann gets it away. Booming kick. Conway backs up to the 30-yard line. Conway across the 35. He crosses the 40 to the 44. So Conway with a solid return after the punt from Tucker McCann. But the issue has been Wyoming has done nothing against the Tiger defense.
Well, this defense has been tremendous. The front seven from Missouri has been completely engaging. They're getting skinny. They're getting in between the tackles easy enough. They're just dominating the line of scrimmage. If you want to win football games, it starts up front. They're winning both on the offensive side and especially on the defensive side of the football.
Well, Ryan Walters, their defensive coordinator, is just daring them. You have to beat us with the throw. We can play man-to-man out there. We're athletic enough to do so. We're going to have numbers in here and see if you can beat us.
Another stoppage prior to first down from the 45.
Remember also, Barry Odom's a defensive guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to say, I got your back. Go ahead and load that box. I asked Barry Odom, are you involved on the defense? He says, no, it's Ryan's defense. But I do sit in on meetings.
Ryan Walters was with him at Memphis. And safety at Colorado. Ooh, big pop on the QB, but Burrow Burrows keeps rolling. Chambers tried to throw a block and took a big pop, but Burrows able to get almost 10.
And that's a tremendous read. Defensive end's a little slow getting out of his stance. He goes upfield thinking the quarterback's going to run downhill, and a power, not so fast. My running back's getting outside. Keep it going. Hey, you cross the 50-yard line. Let's see if you get the first down now.
Look for a play-action pass here. Feels right.
Chambers, after they cross the 50, handoff. It'll be Burrows, and he gets the first down. So move the chains first, then now maybe take
I think this is the point now. You get the first down, you get that knocked out of the way. Now you know in the back of your head, you got probably 4 downs now. You cross the 50, you're around the 40. I think a shot's coming, either this play or the next play. You got to. It's man-to-man coverage. You got to take a chance.
It's incredible how many offensive coordinators feel some freedom when they cross the 50.
And Wyoming crosses the 50 for the first time today. 0 passing yards for Sean Chambers. Keep it on the ground. Burrows, right side. Very little doing this time. Garrett and Bolton on the stop.
Give Brent Vigen, the offensive coordinator, some credit here. He knows this time of possession is out of whack. He knows that defense needs some rest. Even though he's inclined, and I know he's inclined to call some of these shot plays that he's been saving up, he knows he's got to take more valuable time off this clock to save that defense.
Well, last play, Missouri right there went into a cover 4, and they talked about it yesterday. If they're going to be playing cover 4, look for some kind of post route. So maybe they need a little bit of a confirmation, and maybe we'll see a shot.
2nd and 9. Fake it, toss it, complete. And that is the first passing yards of the game for the Wyoming Cowboys. Raheem Ismail Jr., Little Rocket, first down.
Great RPO right here, a run-pass option. You can see he reads the safety. Safety comes down to Phil. He takes advantage, hits the slant. Cover 4 is Aaron, the quarterback guru, is quarters coverage, meaning there are 4 deep defenders, each having a quarter of the field.
1st and 10 from the 25. Valladay in the backfield with Chambers. Drops, steps up. Chambers dancing. Chambers tries a stiff arm and a nice open field tackle by Joshua Bledsoe, the junior free safety, on 2nd down.
That's impressive because that could have been a lot more dangerous of a run play right there. You got a big quarterback, full steam ahead of him, and Josh Bledsoe, number 18, does a great job coming in from his safety position to knock him down for about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Defensive coaches raved about Bledsoe and how much he's improved. That's going to be the quarterback kind of progression. Look for a couple of receivers and then take off.
Hand off, 2nd and 7. Valladay takes it to the 16, and Cole Garrett makes the stop.
You're going to see over and over in this offense part sweep where they can hand it off. You saw the fly receiver running by. They didn't give it to him. And part power. They'll do it with quarterback in the sweep, the quarterback in the power. They've got a number of variations, but it's kind of like an inside-outside pick your poison running attack.
On 3rd and 1, Chambers gets a push on the left side behind the 354-pound Eric Aboje to move the chains.
Well, also with those jet suits, going back to that, Rick, and the big thing, too, is they understand speed wins, and right now Missouri has more speed, offensively and defensively. So how do you go against that? With shifts, with motions, with jet sweeps, things to get a safety or a linebacker just to stutter his feet for a split second. So I anticipate seeing more and more of that throughout the night to kind of get this defense guessing a little bit about where the ball's going so they can't use that speed.
Chambers, fake it, toss it complete, inside the 5. 1st and goal, Wyoming. Aiden Eberhardt makes the grab, gain of 11.
A beautiful run pass option. Again, you can see his eyes on the defender. He finds the outside receiver because the defender is inside the box, and he puts a strike on him. Now they're inside the 5. What a critical drive for Wyoming to establish not only rest for their defense, but getting back to within 1 score in this game. I'm looking for him to be in 4 down here, guys.
First and goal. Chambers is going to keep it again. First and goal. Trying to find the edge. Keeps his feet, but he's down at the 2. Ronell Perkins makes the stop. You have 2nd and goal.
And he's going to be kicking himself with that one. May have pulled it a little bit too early. Defensive end was actually up the field right there. He gives it to his running back. He has an opportunity to get down there. But this is 4-down territory right now. You need to put 7 points on the board. Plain and simple. You can't expect to get back into this ball game the way Missouri's scoring by putting up 3 points. So 3 more downs with a quarterback that's that big. Be ready for some quarterback power possibly.
2nd and goal from the 2. Chambers keeps it. Chambers hit in the backfield, trying to take the Tigers with him. No gain, down at the 2 again. He gets the mouthpiece popped out, and you have 3rd and goal coming. Nick Bolton delivers the blow, and Sean Chambers felt it.
He's got a long way to go before he's Tim Tebow, but he has Tim Tebow toughness. I promise you. The kids on this team follow him. He's a true freshman, only having played 4 games, so he gets his year back, and he's a captain on this team. The guys on the sideline get off the bench to watch this rugged guy see if he can get his way into the end zone.
3rd and goal. Fake it. Chambers rolls and missed the wide open touchdown. Harshman at the goal line had the tight end for a touchdown, and instead 4th and goal, the field goal unit comes on.
Man, I mean, you couldn't draw it up any better if you're an offensive coordinator. Great job. Defense sells out. I tell you what, you know this. Those are sometimes the hardest ones to hit. They're so open, and you just want to put it nice and easy on his chest. Hey, it's backyard football. Rip it, put it right there, and he scores a touchdown. That's going to hurt them right there.
Your eyes tell you it's open, and your feet aren't ready to throw. You have to relax and just put a little air underneath that.
Cooper Roth, one of the best college kickers, boots it through. Well, that was the tale of 2018 for the Wyoming Cowboys. Too often settling for 3.
Now we get the empty formation. And this is Albert O time. You can see who matches up with the big fella.
Bryant going to keep it. Out of the empty set, Bryant design run. And he shot back, loss of football. It is scooped up. And all the way back. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.J. Colden picks up the loose football and turns it into a 31-yard touchdown.
For all that we've said about Kelly Bryant, his maturity and his comfortable appearance, he cannot turn the ball over. That hasn't changed whether he's at Clemson or at Missouri. What an opportunistic play by Wyoming, and this crowd is back into it.
He's holding it like a loaf of bread, plain and simple. You can see the back end of the football right there, and he's going down, going to brace, and it just pops right out. If you're going to be a running quarterback, number one thing, protect the football. Put 2 hands on it when contact's imminent.
Roth for the PAT, and the Cowboys charge back after a 14-0 start for Mizzou. A field goal for the offense, a touchdown for the defense. Gandy knocks it free from Kelly Bryant. C.J. Colden picks it up and rolls 31 yards. Touchdown, Wyoming.
Football is a team sport, but it's not just the guys on the field. It's the unsung heroes who help us win throughout the season. They're tough and hardworking. For these professionals, Werner products are an essential part of every job. They're versatile, adaptable, and always up for the challenge. They deliver balance and trust, and you can count on them for quality. They've worked their way to the top and stay there. Now's the time to find great deals on Werner products. Visit stepupwithwerner.com to learn more.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 monthly premiums or $0 deductibles. Call now. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-558-7165. That's 1-800-558-7165.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions. Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Got it! This is how you do it in the big leagues.
A Bryant turnover turns into a touchdown for Wyoming, 14-10 here in Laramie. This summer's hottest hoops league is coming to an end tomorrow. 2 Eastern, join CBS Sports Network as we break down the teams competing for this year's title, all leading up to the championship starting at 3 on CBS. It's the Big 3 championship game preview on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
We just saw Kelly Bryant there on the sideline. Somebody got a grin on his face, probably trying to keep him loose. Loose isn't the problem here. They're plenty comfortable, but comfortable can't turn to casual because these Cowboys are here to win this game.
Another touch back to the 25. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Update on Missouri wide receiver Jonathan Johnson. He was getting looked at in his right wrist thumb area, particularly the thumb. He put his gloves back on, and guys, he just grabbed his helmet. So it looks like he's going to be good to go back in the game, but I'm telling you, he was wincing in severe pain.
That looked like a pretty good pop, and you could see Johnson very uncomfortable. Thank you, Jenny, for that update. Good news for Missouri. Now he's not going to be out there for first down, but we'll keep an eye on Jonathan Johnson throughout this one. Also keeping an eye on Alberto Cuebonum, who has not made a catch yet. Alberto. Bryant turns, hands off, Roundtree push. And Jackson makes the stop. So here's the first 10 pass attempts of Kelly Bryant's Missouri career. It was a near perfect start for Kelly Bryant when he lead back-to-back touchdown drive.
Yeah, he did a tremendous job. That one big pass, a 29-yarder on the run, deep cross, showed tremendous accuracy. But everything else has been just dink and dunk, which is perfect for him.
Parker and Alberto both in for 2nd and 7. Handoff, Roundtree shoving inside the 30. Roundtree, 3rd straight 1,000-yard rusher for Mizzou last year.
It's never been an issue for Kelly Bryant with mid-range accuracy, the RPO game, all that stuff. He's built for it. The question is, can he make those NFL-style throws down the sideline when it becomes 3rd and long? We're in a 3rd and 4 here. He's still within his offense. But when it gets 3rd and long, or you go back to that Alabama playoff game, he went 16 for 36 in that game for 124 yards. That's where he was a little bit exposed and why Trevor Lawrence's skill set was the choice for Dabo Swinney.
But now he's a Missouri Tiger, and Bryant takes a hit. On 3rd down, it is incomplete. Nearly a terrific grab downfield, but it was Malawia who got the pressure on Kelly Bryant, and it was major pressure.
Great throw, just an inside fade, puts it right in the bread basket. You got to come down with that catch.
Barrett Bannister laying out to try and make that grab, but here's the look for Bryant.
Great job standing in there. He knows he's going to get hit. You love to see that from a quarterback. He knew pre-snap, though. Man-to-man, that's the time you want to take a shot with these inside fades. He put it right there where he wanted to put it. The receiver has to finish the job then and make the catch.
McCann's second punt. Gets it away, Conway back. Solid return last time. Conway takes it at the 25. Has a bit of a seam. Runs into a Missouri defender, then cuts it back. Conway shakes his way to near the 40-yard line. It was a 14-0 start for Mizzou, but the second quarter belongs to Wyoming. Cowboy football.
Yes! Loser buys lunch.
Go, 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 go! Okay, Jack. USAA Bank has you covered.
Thanks, Chief.
Nice and easy. Hop in. Don't sweat it, Sergeant. With no monthly service fees, you've been saving a little extra. That means more for corn dogs. And maybe some practice.
USAA Bank helps you save a little more money for when it matters. Find help at every turn with USAA Bank.
I got it.
Summer is over, and fall is here. It's time to get back to school, back to work,
and back in the blind. Because opening day is coming, and off-season daydreams are about to become a reality. It's your season. So head to Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's kickoff sale and save on archery gear from Blackout, plus camo clothing and footwear from Redhead and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Built for the guy who has everything and needs to tow it. The Tow and Stow is equipped with multiple ball sizes and adjusts in 1-inch increments to the height of your trailer for level towing. Best of all, it stows when you aren't using it, away from your shins and garage door. Machined from American steel with a 2-stage finish, the Tow and Stow is the last hitch you'll ever need.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. I might ask her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
It's the Labor Day sale at Ace.
Save with great deals throughout the store.
Our top paint and stain brands are buy 1 gallon, get 1 50% off. And with our extra mile promise, get everything you need to paint in one trip or delivery is free.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Tigers lead the Cowboys here in Laramie. College football is celebrating 150 years, and we're looking back at significant moments. Missouri fans are saying, oh, no, not the 5th down play again against the Buffs. Now, Rick, you were not there, but you certainly have
I'm a Colorado man.
Knowledge about that one.
But even I can count to 4. I actually asked the great Coach McCartney about that after I joined the staff, and Coach Mack couldn't look me in the eye. He went on about his business, didn't answer the question.
And did the Buffs even get in the end zone on the 5th down play?
At the end of the day, he's not in. You need replay. They didn't have replay, and it's history now. But no, he wasn't in. Did not cross the goal line.
They looked good in the national championship game, though, didn't they, those Buffs?
Right, and there's a banner in Boulder, national championship, and then Rick Neuheisel stepped in and had a fantastic career coaching the Buffaloes. That's incomplete. Tip, second down coming.
This is one of the great signs of youth. Watch this quarterback stand back and try to throw it 100 miles an hour. When you have a young player, when they say, if he's open, I'm going to throw it. If he's not open, I'm going to throw it harder. That's where you have to start to dial and reel back.
Well, that's the Brett Favre mentality right there. Let me just throw it as hard as I can. If my guy can't catch it, no one else will, because these defenders, I mean, it went right through Gil Garrett's hands right there.
Unbalanced set.
Chambers, hand off. And a hole opens up, and it is wide open in Wyoming. Valladay, touchdown, Cowboys.
Cowboy Joe has got some answers right now. There it is, the inside-outside offense. Give the fly sweep. You get somebody out of position. There's nobody overlapping at the back end, and you crease them through the inside. Beautiful job by Valladay keeping his eyes up, and now he sees Pater.
I tell you what, the most dangerous lead in all of football is a 2-score lead. You start getting comfortable, all of a sudden team goes down and scores, you get a turnover, another score, and then a big run, and now you're losing the ball game. Tremendous job by the offensive line right there.
Ross sneaks in the PAT. A 61-yard touchdown run. Xavier Valladay to put Wyoming on top of Mizzou.
Season of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Welcome to Fansville's 150th anniversary tailgate. Go State.
He said stay. Somebody get him a Dr. Pepper.
Stat.
We got fans coming in from Fan Arbor, East Fencing, Kansas City, Kansas.
There's a new grill master in town.
Go State. Mom, Dad.
Lacrosse?
It's the fastest growing sport in America.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Gonna be a big year.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. I asked her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
It's the Labor Day sale at Ace.
Save with great deals throughout the store.
Our top paint and stain brands are buy 1 gallon, get 1 50% off. And with our extra mile promise, get everything you need to paint in one trip or delivery is free.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We're pretty different.
Everyone in your family is different. That's why Verizon lets everyone mix and match different unlimited plans, so you only pay for what you need. Switch now to Verizon. New plans start at $35. Just $35. The network more people rely on gives you more.
Cowboys 17 straight points, and the hole opens up the middle for Valladay.
Well, I just want you to focus right here on the left guard of Bojay, and then the safeties as well get confused. They don't rock and roll, get in the right position, but the left guard gives you a little 2-for-1. You see the safeties get out of place with a jet sweep motion, and there's no one left, plain and simple. Great job, left guard. Mistakes on the back end with both safeties, not rocking and rolling, getting a safety high, and then there's no one left, plain and simple at the end of the day.
The unbalanced formation actually caused DeMarcus Acey, the corner, to go back and try to be the safety. He wasn't aware that he needed to stay in the middle. He ended up staying as a contained player, which is his normal assignment as a corner, and they had nobody to overlap.
After a 14-0 start for Missouri, 17 straight for the Cowboys, they bowl leave, and look at how things have changed in the second quarter.
Oh, you talk about a tough guy. Talked to Craig many times. He loves these small towns where people are gritty, dealing with harsh winters, don't care about anything, guys who live on the land. He used to have a pilot's license when he was coaching at North Dakota State.
What did he tell you about Wyoming, though?
He said too many mountains.
Bryant over the middle. It is caught. A shoe loose, but the football is hit loose as well. Alberto makes the grab and then gives it. We're going to check. It's incomplete. We're going to call it an incomplete pass.
On the field is an incomplete pass. Second down.
Gandy nearly had another takeaway for the Wyoming defense, and we take a very close look.
We're going to have to take a look at this one.
That doesn't look incomplete, guys.
No.
Is there control at any point by Alberto?
You see the initial catch, turn, and then now the ball's starting to come out.
Certainly bears another look.
Ken Williamson had his mic on, and now it's off, but I'm pretty sure we could tell you what he's saying. The previous play is under review. Now, Ken, please turn it off. But this is clearly going to be one of those, does he catch it and turn and make a move? That's what replay officials always
It looks like he catches it, moves. You see him secure it for a split second as he's going down, and then midway going down is when the ball then comes out. So I think he makes a move, and then the ball's stripped out.
I would absolutely say that's a catch and a fumble. Yes. He is absolutely making a football move right here. The ball gets stripped from the top, and it gets away. And it's surprising to me. We talked about Okwuegbunam at the outset of the store. This is the #1 tight end in the country if you talk to NFL scouts. They look at this guy and say he's a can't-miss guy at the next level. This is his first catch. It looks like a catch and a fumble. We'll wait and see what the determination is. It may be an incompletion, which would mean he still doesn't have a catch, and we're 6 minutes left in the first half.
Play the War Memorial Stadium crowd just got to look at it. They've made up their minds, at least the Cowboy fans.
Shocking that they would lean that way.
You know, and this is what replay officials say. You're looking to see, is there a catch? Is there a turn? A second act sometimes.
There was definitely a second act there. I mean, you have to be alarmed a little bit for Missouri. I mean, you've seen all these games from week 0 through Thursday, Friday, and then earlier today of all the turnovers, of not taking care of the football. And that's been harped to them all week long. Take care of the football. Don't make a mistake.
After further review, the ruling of field is confirmed. The pass is incomplete. Second down.
I disagree.
Rick, we're 0 for 1. I think I'm 0 for 1 for the year. I don't know if you had one last week in Hawaii.
I'm 1 for 2.
There you go. At least you're 50. I'm batting 0.
But I don't mind missing that one. I still think that was a catch with a fumble.
I'm with you. He made a football move. He made a turn. The ball was secure as he was going down and then got punched out.
Okuebenham still has 0 catches, but right now that's good news for Missouri. Bryant, second down. Roundtree trying to cut it back up the middle, and clearly the Cowboys playing with an aggressive head of steam. You have third down, and yes, it's early in the second quarter. I mean, to start looking at the clock, but the way Wyoming wants to play it, you get a third down stop here. That could be huge for the Cowboys.
A year ago, they had 5 straight drives of 70 yards or more that resulted in touchdowns. Drew Lock was the quarterback. He threw for well over 300 yards. They got to find a way to get some balls down the field. 3 down here.
Short completion, Beatty, he's dropped. There is a flag down. Halliburton comes up to make the stop. Missouri doesn't have a first down in this quarter. And for now, a stop on third down, but we'll check the flag.
Looked like Wyoming jumped offside.
Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
A veteran quarterback right there. You know you have a free play. Don't throw a hitch. You see it, you know it's a penalty. He had 3 vertical routes there. Just throw it as far and as high as you can. Incomplete, whatever. Interception, whatever. But Kelly Bryant needs to know in that situation. With that snap, I'm going to let it go and see what happens. My guys are faster than the DBs.
It's 3rd and 2. Jonathan Johnson is in the slot for 3rd and 2. Next to Jonathan Nance. Johnson, who left with a big bang on his right arm, back in the game. Roundtree's in the backfield.
Unbalanced set.
Bryant looks to hand to Roundtree. Pushes very close.
I think he got it.
Got it. First down. Boy, Roundtree on that little
miscommunication in the backfield. They did not get this right. You can see the mesh was not as it was designed to be. Roundtree, give him credit for making the adjustment.
Fake it. Bryant on the roll. Downfield. Heavy traffic, completes it. In the middle, that's Jalen Knox who makes the grab near midfield.
That's the second time we've seen him roll out to the right and deliver the ball accurately down the field. This is a tight window right here. I thought that linebacker did a great job. Kenyon Blankenbaker coming back, but good accuracy on the throw.
So now Missouri, after a first down in the hurry up, Bryant downfield, looking long, and it is off the hands of Knox. Trying to dial up Jalen Knox again. Tyler Hall in coverage.
Tyler Hall, best covered corner. We talked to Jake Dickerton. I asked him, who was your guy if you had to match up one-on-one against a 3-by-1 set? He said, Tyler Hall's our guy. If we can do it, if we can put him on their best receiver, we're going to match him up. Great job right there.
Great patience he showed. Didn't get antsy just because the ball was in the air.
After a shot on first down, 2nd and 10. Bryant. Over the middle. Caught. Albert O hangs on to this one and goes rolling inside the 25. Leaping his way to the 20-yard line. And last, a first catch for the big man. And he goes rolling for 32.
Well, let's give some credit to the offensive line here. It's incredible. I mean, this unit gave up 13 sacks last year. They're dominating right now. I mean, Kelly Bryant had all day to throw that football.
1st and 10 from the red zone. Roundtree, right side, short gain, inside the 20.
And we want to talk about Kelly Bryant, the running back, the receiver, Albert O, and as we should. These guys are very talented, but this offensive line, 13 sacks last year, 13 sacks in 2017. I wish my offensive line was that good. No offense, I love my boys back at Georgia, but 13 sacks. You know, Drew Lock had all day in the world last year, and we're seeing Kelly Bryant right now very comfortable if he has to take a drop to sit back there and find out who his receivers are.
On 2nd down, it's Beatty on the left side. Beatty pushes to the 10. He'll be a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming from the 10-yard line. Gandy makes the stop, gain of 7.
That offensive line should be on the all-name team. Yasir Durant, Larry Brown, Tristan, Cologne Castillo, Trevor Wallace-Sims, and Hiron White. Those are some great names.
And all of them good. Beatty on the left side. 1st and goal, Mizzou. Beatty picks it up running behind Yasir Durant and Larry Borum on the left side. Hallelujah makes the stop.
That should be the name of the play. Follow Borum.
Yeah.
Burrow behind Borum.
He played some right tackle last year, now at left guard. Bryant, first and goal. Roundtree, left side again. Takes it to the 5-yard line. Second and goal, Missouri.
Derek Dooley getting back into the rhythm of the beginning of this game, just following this run pattern. Remembering Kelly Bryant's always a weapon to take it himself.
Have a player down for Wyoming. And it's Josiah Hull, the senior defensive end. So stoppage in play here as the Wyoming training staff tends to Josiah Hull. So, Rick, you talked about the play calling for Derek Dooley. I mean, it's a different look than Drew Lock, but he's seen a lot of different looks. I mean, Tennessee, and then 5 years, the Dallas Cowboys, and now second year, and believe it or not, his first OC job.
I asked him about his stint with the Cowboys, and he said it was really good for him, having dealt with all the head coaching issues that go along with that job, both at Louisiana Tech and Tennessee. I got to go back and just coach people and get those relationships, those one-on-one relationships with players. And I also got to see the head coaching job from the role of an assistant who has been a head coach. That, to me, was fascinating, but he's really gelling with Barry Odom. They've got a great relationship. Barry spends most of his time on the defensive side of the ball, and it's a great challenge for him because a year ago they had an NFL arm in Drew Lock, the 42nd pick in the draft, and now he's got more of a dual threat guy. And how do you tweak your offense to incorporate all the skill sets?
It was interesting. Barry Odom said he liked the thought of hiring Derek Dooley because he trusted him to be the head coach of the offense. He could focus on the defense and helping out on that side of the football. Complete trust with Coach Dooley. He said, hey, here are the keys to the offense. Go do your thing.
And we'll see what he has for second and goal with Bryant. And Roundtree in the backfield. Bryant, fade, end zone. It is incomplete. A lot of contact, no flags. Massey locked up on the edge with Tyler Hall, and it brings up third and goal.
It's the one-on-one outside. As a quarterback, though, that's a long throw. You're talking about throwing from the left hash. These aren't pro hashes. These are college hashes all the way to the back end zone. You got to put a little bit more juice on this. Your receiver has the height. Throw it up.
I think you need to find somebody else to pick him. The Hall kid, I would not try
too. I don't know. You throw it a little bit higher.
Some NFL scouts that are sitting there going, that guy can play.
And now third and goal. After 17 straight points for Wyoming.
More disguise by Coach Dickert's defense causes a timeout here.
Use a timeout with 2:20.
Timeout. Missouri, second timeout at half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
2:20 away from the half. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, Brent Stover, Brian Jones, Houston Nutt, Kevin Carter, scores and highlights from around the country, plus first half highlights and stats in reaction to already some surprising results in college football. And week one, we had one shocker in week 0 in the Mountain West, and now even more in week 1 as we just get it rolling.
It's been a fun day. Week 0, I mean, you boys had a great one. There's some great games. The Florida-Miami game was fun. The Hawaii game was fun. Upsets left and right. I mean, Tennessee goes down. It's been a whirlwind, but it's fun. I mean, college football is back. You got to love it. I mean, even tonight, you're looking at this.
Iowa and Iowa State going to 3 overtimes today.
And how big is that Memphis win over Ole Miss? It is getting warm in a hurry in Oxford.
Getting spanked around a little bit today, pretty much.
Oh, that was Aaron Murray, the SEC's all-time passing leader, who drops that one.
Hey, man, I call it as I see it. It's been a bad day, especially for the East.
Well, Missouri from the East has a chance to change that here. Third and goal out of their second timeout. Bryant led touchdown drives on the first 2 Missouri possessions. Alberto near side. Bryant looks that way. It's tipped to the line of scrimmage, and it is intercepted at the 5-yard line. Taken away by the Cowboys, who hang on to the lead. 2:15 before the half. Colden, who had the fumble recovery for a touchdown, gets the INT.
I like it.
We'll take a look. I think that one bounced off the ground, but a great defensive call. They went to what we call goal line 7, or a kind of a Tampa 2 down on the goal line, which string 7 defenders along the goal line. Had great eyes, passed off the receivers. Nothing there for Kelly Brown. Ball gets tipped. A great effort, but I think this is going to come back.
Had a potential Missouri turnover early in this drive come back.
Maybe not. Maybe they're not looking at it.
Not yet. If you're Wyoming, you get up to the line and snap it in a hurry, right?
Ruling on the field was a catch interception. The previous play is under review.
Yeah, you can tell it starts to roll around a little bit.
There is no way for the point of the ball to do what it did. Nope. I know the arm obscures it, but you see it bounce back up. That has to mean it hit the ground.
All right, let's go to the rule book here. Player has control of the ball. A slight movement of the ball, even if it touches the ground, will not be considered loss of possession. He must lose control of the ball in order for there to be a loss of possession. But that is a pretty clear look.
You see when the ball bounces vertically skyward, it could not be his arm based on that bounce. It had to have been the ground. Whether they'll make that conclusion because you can't see it with the naked eye, we'll wait and see.
And the other part of that Section 4, Article 3 is when in question, the interception is not completed. That appears to be on replay a significant question. And talk about a huge review. I mean, and the consequences for this one.
This is classic. The loudspeaker is playing the Beatles' Let It Be.
Gotta love that.
I absolutely love that.
Listen, Missouri may get two good calls on this right now. Earlier with Albert O and that questionable catch or no catch, and then right now they escape with another one that could have been an interception. That's two turnovers.
There will be an answer.
After further review, the pass is ruled incomplete. Therefore, fourth down, the 5-yard line, left hash.
Not Beatles fans. There's no let it be. So now fourth down for Missouri. So again,
Get back was the song they wanted.
Back to where you once belonged.
There you go.
JoJo. Instead, it's Tucker McCann on for a field goal to try and tie it. 22-yarder, 4th and goal. So incompletion, 3rd and goal. The field goal unit was ready and waiting. McCann, 22-yarder is good. And we are even at 17. 2:11 before the half at Laramie.
Joe, Marketing Sales Director. Me, Tom, Director of Marketing Sales.
There's only one way to win in the corporate world.
Personally, I wish there were more ways to win.
Like how FanDuel's free pick'em game gives you more ways to win this fantasy season.
Agreed. Just make your picks every week for a shot at 10 grand. It's so easy to play.
Easier than laughing extra super hard at the boss's jokes.
Good one, boss.
There's more ways to win this season on FanDuel. Play FanDuel's free pick'em game for a shot at 10 grand every week.
An action-packed drive from Missouri results in 3 points, but the Tigers are happy to take those 3 points after a couple of near turnovers by the Tiger offense. So we're back to 17. First points of the second quarter for Mizzou after they dominated the first.
A tale of 2 quarters, right?
That's right.
Missouri up 14-0, looking like this was going to be a replay of last year's 40-13 dominant performance. But they didn't tell Wyoming that was the script. Wyoming came back, played their tails off in the second quarter. Now we've got a ball game again. Interesting clock drive here. 2:11 left. Job 1 is to make sure you don't give the ball back to Missouri. Job 2 is to find a way to get some points.
Touchback, take it back to the 25. Now you go back to Aaron. I mean, this is the Wyoming touchdown that should have been.
It's been a tail. Yeah, right now, easy throw in the flat. Should have been a touchdown. It's not. You get 3 points. And then, boom, great defense, great form tackle. Knock the ball in Kelly Bryant's hand. Run it back for the touchdown. Get this crowd going. Get them juice. And then, boom, great job with the misdirection on the jet sweep. Get safeties out of place. And all of a sudden, you're running in for a long touchdown right there. 17-7. It's going to be a good ball game. It's going to be a 4-quarter game.
Be interesting to see if Barry Odom uses timeouts here if they try to run the ball, which will be my guess.
And the 1 timeout left for Missouri. So if they get it to a 3rd down, we'll see. Chambers keeps it. Chambers finds a seat on the left side. It's wide open in Wyoming again. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Hey, that was a stiff arm and a half right there, baby. Knocked him to the ground.
This offense should be termed Doc Blanchard, Glenn Davis. It's inside and outside, and Missouri can't find the ball. This is a beautiful job of some trickeration in the back end. The quarterback ends up having it. There's no one in position, and this guy can run.
I mean, there's two guys that could have made a tackle right there, and he just said, I'm bigger, I'm faster, and I'm going to give you a nasty stiff arm right there. Just Kenyon Baker right to the face, throws him down, and then shows off that speed. That was a fun little run right there. I get the juices flowing up here in the booth.
There was nothing little about that run.
Yeah, that's a big one right there. Big one. That's big boy football right there if I've ever seen it.
I mean, who's playing keep away? 75-yard touchdown, Chambers.
Well, you see it right there. Cale Garrett
right
has
there
an opportunity.
A little bit.
Cale Garrett has an opportunity. One of the best tacklers in the SEC. A dominant conference when it comes to defense. Misses a tackle, and then one-on-one, you miss a tackle as well. Joshua Bledsoe in the back end. So that's a great little stiff arm and run.
As you watch this again, though, all that motion that makes it look like the fly sweep is happening keeps those interior defenders from coming downhill, which creates space for the runner. He gets up in there, and Cale Garrett isn't plugging it as he does for the 112 tackles from a year ago. He's got more space, which makes him more vulnerable, and obviously the quarterback takes full advantage. Chambers out of Kerman, California, the metropolis. I asked him how big. 10,000 people. Josh Allen was from Firebaugh, California. They keep hitting all these big towns in California.
So
Red Bull loves small towns.
Out of Kerman and the San Joaquin Valley, now out rushing the Missouri Tigers. The last two plays for Wyoming. 61-yard touchdown, 75-yard touchdown. And when ball control, keep it away from the Tigers, goes out the window, those big play Wyoming Cowboys, they are riding for the brand in the open field.
Well, Brent Vegan is eating meat tonight. I'm just telling you. Brent Vegan is the offensive coordinator. He said he was going to try to keep it simple for his young quarterback, try to not expose him too much to the third down world. This inside-outside misdirection, ball handling in the back end, and the great job up front has resulted in some giant plays, and it's turned the tables.
He's earned another Mountain Dew. From the 25 now. Beatty, check down, Beatty. Shaking his way across the 30, holding on to the football as he gets 9. One timeout left for Missouri, under 2 minutes. A Tiger offense that is built to go in a hurry for this.
Yeah, and if I'm Wyoming right now, I'm going to play off. I'm going to say, listen, we'll give up a possible field goal, but we don't want a big play. We have the momentum on our side heading into halftime. Just keep everything in front of you.
2nd and 1. Beatty takes it again. First down, rolling into the secondary, gets near midfield. First down, clock stops temporarily, minute 27.
The one timeout will be saved for the field goal team, but the clock stops with the first down, as you just mentioned, Carter. They've got ample time, probably looking to get it to the 25-yard line for the field goal chance.
You're at elevation, so you can extend McCann, who hit 2 from 50-plus last year. That is caught. Bannister. So McCann hit 2 from 50-plus, including the 57-yarder versus South Carolina. That was one of 5 field goals that day, and especially at elevation, range not an issue. Barely won. Bryant goes to Bannister again, and he makes the grab. Halliburton knocks him out near the 40-yard line. I mean, you're in field goal range right now.
I like what Kelly Bryant's doing right now. Just check it down. You have the clock on your side. The clock will obviously stop when a first down occurs. It'll stop when you get out of bounds. Just continue to dink and dunk. Get in the field goal range. If you get more, you can get more. That's awesome, man.
Now Bryant on first down. Time over the middle. Completion. Inside the 20-yard line. Scott cuts it back and keeps rolling inside the 10. Scott lost the football. It's in the end zone. They're going to mark him down. He's down back near the 6-yard line is where they're marking him down. So despite the football rolling free, it's still a gain of 35.
The anticipation on this throw is a big dagger route right across the middle. You see him throw it before he even got close to where that linebacker was. He said, hey, there's a gap right there. I'm going to let it rip.
Wyoming, first time out of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
One of the pitfalls of playing back and making things come in front of you. If the opponent is patient enough to take advantage of it, you're going to be on the field a long time. You can see Wyoming's defense got fatigued there. That's why they're taking a timeout to try to shore up here in the black zone.
So how do you approach this in the black zone? 41 seconds timeout. Obviously, you got a chip shot field goal situation here, but you'd rather the touchdown.
As long as you have a timeout, you have the ability to run the ball. It's always an option. It's a 50-50 down, if you will. So the defense has to play both, especially with Kelly Bryant as the quarterback. He can give the zone read. He can do that fly sweep with the quarterback power, or he can be the sweep, handing the power off to his running back. There's a multitude of opportunities, which means you're almost always going to be in one-on-one, which is why I say look for Albert O. That is a matchup nightmare for Wyoming.
That's the biggest key right now. We saw him last year in this football game in the red zone have a big day because you're so worried about that RPO. You're so worried about the zone read, the chance of a quarterback running. He slips around a linebacker or a safety, and he's wide open in the end zone. It happened last year, like I said, in this football game. Look for him if he's in the game to make some money right here.
Wyoming is in the slot, top of the screen. First and goal, 41 seconds. Bryant, time, tosses, incomplete. Beatty couldn't grab it, took a pop from Logan Wilson, second and goal.
They were anticipating man coverage. They ran a rub route. The outside two receivers will try to get in the way so that the running back can get out there. Ends up just a little bit behind him, incomplete. Probably good news it was incomplete.
Well, good news, but good job passing it off, though. That's a perfect design for man, but they read it well defensively, came over top, switched off, and stopped it.
Okuwebunam in motion. Bryant looks like he wants to keep it on second and goal. Inside the 5, stretching. He's down near the 1-yard line. Third and goal. Clock rolling.
They hurry up. Will they hurry up here, or will they use the timeout? Looks like they're going to hurry up. They know they have ample time. Now 19 seconds.
On third and goal, Bryant, and now Craig Bull runs in. It looks like he gets the timeout.
Timeout. Wyoming. Second timeout of the half.
Smart use.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Smart use by the Cowboys. They know they have ample time, so let's get ourselves organized and get the call we want. We can be aggressive here, given that the ball's on the 1-yard line.
I like a run here. I like spread them out once again. I'm not going to get in the big formation. I hate when teams put a bunch of big guys in there. Let's load the box and run the football. I say spread them out, get 3-4 receivers, maybe split the tight end, do the zone read with maybe a quick pass, quick hitter off of it if you want, if the box is heavy. But you have the guys up front with the offense line. You have a big running back, and you have the ability to run from a quarterback. So I think that gives you the most options, and we'll see what they do.
For me as a head coach, it's the ultimate Rochambeau game. As long as I have a timeout, it's a 50-50 down. And I realize that they have to sell out now to stop the run because they know I can. I think this is the down to throw on. And then use as long as you're committed to going in 4 downs, which I believe they will be, you go ahead and have another 50-50 down on 4th down.
And because of the timeout by Wyoming, it's a hard 15 on the clock. So plenty of time here in Missouri. They break it in a hurry. High backfield, Bryant under center. Bryant, hands right, Roundtree, lost the football. It's scooped up by Halliburton, and Halliburton is going to go riding for the brand with a stutter step at the 35. Finally wrestled down at the 11. Flag down, zeros on the clock.
Either a horse collar or a face mask, which is going to give Wyoming an opportunity for a field goal.
Bryant runs all the way down to make that tackle. However, with the penalty, an opportunity with zeros on the clock before the half for Wyoming.
And this is why I hate when you load the box with an athletic quarterback, running back, and receivers. Why bring everyone to the party? It's going to be a cluster.
After the change of possession, personal foul, first hard tackle, number 7 on the ultimate defensive team. It's half the distance to the goal. It's first down. Time expired during the play. You'll play 1 on time down.
You'll get 1 play. Now, you can't finish a game or a half with a penalty right here. So Wyoming has the opportunity to put 3 more points on the board before halftime.
A heroic effort to make the tackle, but unfortunately a penalty associated with it, which gives Wyoming an opportunity to add more points to their 7-point lead.
Roth, field goal. The senior from Longmont, Colorado, from 23 with zeros on the clock, puts it through, and Wyoming takes a 10-point lead to the halftime against the Missouri Tigers after a 14-0 start for Mizzou. All Cowboys. Wyoming rides into the half in Laramie, 27-17 on Missouri.
The world needs more wonder, more outside thinkers hungry for a challenge. The world needs more cowboys. And it's not what you are that makes you a cowboy or cowgirl, but who you are. It's a shared spirit, the kind that emboldens those who possess it to stand on the perimeter and howl into the unknown with unbendable optimism. The world needs more cowboys.
High hopes for the Missouri Tigers in 2019. They get off to a 14-0 start here in Laramie, Wyoming, and then a disastrous second quarter. Carter Blackburn, Rick Neuheisel, Aaron Murray. The second quarter was all Wyoming Cowboys.
One of the most difficult things to do in coaching when you're trying to take your program from good to great, is the case with Barry Odom, is to make sure complacency doesn't set in. Their intensity started to lack after a 14-0 lead, and it led to a bunch of big plays.
Oh, big plays, big mistakes for Missouri. Turnovers. You're going to see it right here as we go through this big second quarter for Wyoming. But it starts with not taking care of the football. You see right here, great tackle. C.J. Colvin picks it up, scoops it, scores. Great job right there, get the crowd going. And then you see the big run right there from Valladay. Great job with the jet motion, confusing the defense. And then your big, strong quarterback, Sean Chambers, with the stiff arm. And then nice little fumble recovery right there. Red zone, Missouri about to score. Pick it up, get a field goal.
Our DiGiorno first half stats, and there are some odd ones. Wyoming has more points than offensive plays in the game. They only complete 2 passes in the first half, and yet lead it by 10. Missouri football with a lot of adjustments to make in the second half. And for more on that, we check with Jenny Dell.
Well, Coach Bolt told me that they really need to adjust to Missouri's tempo. He also stressed the importance of slowing down Kelly Bryant. He said we're giving him too much time, and he's way too athletic to be able to do that and go out there. So as far as Missouri goes, Coach Odom told me really it's all about self-inflicted wounds. They need to cut it out. He's pleased with the plan that they have defensively. He said there's plenty of time left. We just need to go out there and play ball.
So sure enough, back out to play ball, and Kelly Bryant and the Missouri offense get the football to begin the second half from the 25-yard line.
Jake Dickert, the defensive coordinator, has got to be pleased with under 4 yards a carry that they've done. Pete Callaghan, the defensive line coach, doing a great job holding the trenches.
Bryant B, that's incomplete on first down. Incomplete pass.
The thing that makes you feel comfortable, though, for Missouri, Kelly Bryant's played a lot of football. Yes, he might not have played football for Missouri first year, first game, but he's played a lot of football. They've been up, they've been down at Clemson. He's seen it all, so it's the one good thing. You have a veteran back there at quarterback.
And they have been in a lot of close games. Missouri, this contingent has been in a lot of close games.
First 2 drives nearly perfect for Kelly Bryant. Since then, the wheels have come on. Still 30 minutes of football to play. Complete on the edge. Jalen Knox, third down, Mizzou.
And that's what they have to get back to right there. Nice, simple throws. Get Kelly Bryant back into the rhythm. I actually thought he finished the half great. That 2-minute drive was perfect. Absolutely perfect. They should have walked away with at least 3 points. Got to take care of the football, but him throwing it with this offensive line right now, the way they're protecting, if they keep this up, you can see them get into even more of a rhythm here in the second half.
Wyoming, yep. Free play. Bryant takes a shot. This time it's incomplete. And now you get the free 5. Make it 3rd and 1.
That was a great back shoulder throw by Kelly Bryant. Jalen Knox wants another chance to catch this one because he put that right where only Knox could make the play, and I think he needed to make it.
Aaron, there's your adjustment on the offsides play. Bryant takes a shot this time.
Well, I'm sure the coaching staff told him, hey, listen, this situation comes up again. Continue to use your cadence, but if you get these guys to jump, there's no point throwing a little bubble route, which you did the first time. Take a shot. It's a free play. I'm with you, Rick. Great back shoulder, maybe a little bit more air. It's tough for these receivers to adjust. You don't want to put it on a complete line, a little bit more of a 2-ball.
It was Logan Wilson who was offsides. This is 3rd and 1. Bryant going to hand off. Beatty straight stretching and gets a first down behind Trevor Wallace-Sims. First team All-SEC outlet watch list this year. Muma makes the stop. So Missouri gets that first down of the third quarter, and now when they like to
empty,
press the pedal to the metal.
Empty light box. Look at
quarterback run or take something quick.
Bryant, there's the quick hitter. Over to Nance, the Arkansas grad transfer. Halliburton on the stop. Good gain on first down.
I see this formation be a much more part of Coach Dooley's plan in the second half because Wyoming can't match up at man. And you get to have a free look as you line up in empty to see exactly what the defense is in.
But it's on Bryant to get it out quickly, right?
Absolutely. But remember, they also have quarterback run from that.
Beatty, right side, enough for the first down, gets right to midfield. And it's Halliburton who had that 84-yard fumble return at the end of the half who makes the stop.
It bears mentioning right here that this is when up-tempo gets you, when you get a couple of first downs. Now you've got the defense out there gasping for a little air.
Ryan looking to take advantage. Check down Beatty, shaken on the edge, shoved out, no gain on first down. C.J. Colden, nice stop.
Well, it's interesting talking with Wyoming. How do you figure this out week one? How do you balance and attack an offense that's going to go so fast? In practice this week, they had 2 scout teams rolling, and they were just go, 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 go. So defense has to get the call. It's usually one word, very simple, get lined up and get ready to play. So they knew they were going to face this kind of attack this week, and they're well prepared. They've done a good job so far.
Albert Oakley waving them back in the game for Missouri. Bryant from midfield on second down. Fires high and incomplete off the hands of Jonathan Nance.
I think Nance should have caught the ball, but there's no reason for this ball to be high. It's a little bit what we call an overstride, Aaron, and I know you know this having been a quarterback. If you start to wait with your feet and your leg gets a little long waiting for the receiver to hit his break, all of a sudden the ball can get high on you.
Third and long right here. I don't think you need to get it off. You get 5 to 7, there's a good chance they go for 4. So Kelly Bryant in his mind, a check down or hitting a tight end is not a bad idea.
Wyoming shows pressure on 3rd and 10. Backs off. Bryant surveys. Pocket breaks down. Kelly Bryant steps up, blitz. There's Beatty over the middle. Beatty stretching. He is stopped short. And now Aaron will see if Missouri's thinking exactly along with you. 4th down coming. As much as the Tigers are lobbying, you got 4th down. Offense stays on the field for now.
I love it. Find a way to create in the pocket. And then where's my running back? Oh, there's Beatty. Dump it down. Gets a 4th and short.
Bryant 4th and 1. Hand off Beatty. Mano a mano in the hole, and Beatty gets enough on the push. It's a gain of 2 when they needed 1. Wilson versus Beatty. First down, Mizzou.
Every offense has a short yardage play, usually a one-word call that tells everybody get to a position and run this play. It's short yardage. We're going to hunker down and get that yard.
It's been interesting to see Beatty getting some of these 3rd and short, 4th and short situations. You'd think you put Roundtree in there, but he's showing that, hey, I'm not just a scat back. I can run between the tackles as well.
Roundtree fumbled at the end of the half, which surprised a lot of the Missouri folks. Roundtree generally solid with the football. Bryant, play clock winding down, gets it off. Hands off, Beatty straight ahead. Takes a big pop and keeps on rolling.
We made the point at the end of the half that Wyoming had done a nice job of keeping the running game in front of them, less than 4 yards a carry. But if you're on the field, you can see that start to wear. The legs of the defenders getting a little heavy right now.
Bryant on 2nd and 5. Fake it, toss it, complete. 10. Spinning down to the 1-yard line. It's Jalen Knox.
Here comes that hurry up, that 1 yard there. Watch everybody get up on the line.
1st and goal, Missouri. No personnel changes. 1st and goal, Bryant snaps it in a hurry. Hands off, Beatty wrestled down. Beatty is dropped by Cole Godbout, redshirt freshman from Hudson, Wisconsin.
I tell you what, Wyoming is just daring them to throw the football right now, loading this box up. I know they had the one-on-one earlier in this game. They threw it up. to Macy on the outside, number 84. They're going to have to continue to take more chances, whether it's a quick fade, slants, some kind of what we call a pick route. You're not going to call it a pick, obviously. You're in trouble for that one. But something in the flat where you're going to rub a guy. It's man-to-man. You got to go into that part of your playbook.
Offenses call them rub.
Yes.
Defensive coordinators
screaming
call them
pick. Hey, give me a little rub route somewhere, a little back around the receiver.
Okwuegbunam and Parker both in at tight end. Bryant popped. It's tipped in the end zone and incomplete. It was intended for Knox and knocked away.
That ball needs to be thrown over the interior. It needs to be a backline throw, Aaron. If you try to throw a slant, you can see all the bodies in there, and as they should do, they get their hands up.
If you're going to throw a slant, especially where these college hashes are, it needs to be more to the field. If you're going to try to throw it to the boundary, the location's right where the whole entire offense is. It's right where the offensive line, defense line, linebackers go to the field if you're going to throw a slant. Fade if you're going to go to the boundary.
Off of Logan Wilson's face mask to force 3rd and goal for Kelly Bryant and Mizzou. All lines. And here Bryant. Heavy pressure. Bryant delivers. Touchdown. Plain as day. I mean, you saw the defensive back, Weber, at the back of the end zone, and this one's getting wiped out.
He didn't need to do that.
Just play basketball.
He's so physical. Just play basketball. Exactly. You're the rebounder.
Post up. That's plain and simple. You put your butt into his chest.
Pass interference. Offense number 81. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
And Rick, you know this. Anytime as a receiver you extend your arms out, it's a penalty all day long. You got to keep them in tight. Use your big frame, box them out, and make the defender go over you to get defensive pass interference. It's been a tough night. We had the drop earlier, a couple catches on a deep cross, but overall, they've done a great job kind of handling Albert O.
That is an unbelievable stat. If you would have told the coaching staff at Wyoming those were going to be the numbers as we begin the second half, they say, where do I sign?
A big miscue by Mizzou. Makes it 3rd and goal from the 17 now. Bryant stepping up, rolling. Bryant is going to heave it to the back of the end zone, and it's intercepted. Taken away again by the Cowboy defense, and Wyoming has the football and a 10-point lead.
You never go broke taking a profit. Albert O was sitting right in front of him. I know it would have only led to a field goal, but Kelly Bryant has played far too much football to be throwing that ball carelessly into the end zone.
Cash Malawia, the interception. Cowboys with a 27 points. Chambers, pressure off the edge. He has to step up and roll. Chambers has a first down with his legs, and Chambers goes rolling again after a 75-yard touchdown run in the first half. Garrett finally drags down Chambers here.
Great job pocket moving right here. You're going to see there's some pressure up front. He assesses it, goes through his read. 1, 2, no one's open, man-to-man coverage. No one's alert for the quarterback. I don't know how Missouri by now doesn't have a spy, a linebacker, a safety saying, we got to be aware of this guy at all times. We can't just sit back in coverage. Someone needs to be watching the quarterback for these type of runs.
100% agree with that.
Gain of 26 this time for Chambers. Hands, Valladay across the 50. Let's check with Jenny Dell.
Well, after Sean Chambers missed the first touchdown of the game, he came over to the sideline, was visibly frustrated, but immediately surrounded by his teammates. They were there to pick him up, saying, keep your head up, you've got this. Now, fast forward to the end of the first half. When he ran in for the touchdown, those same teammates straight up giddy, rallying around him, saying, I told you so. And still to this moment, guys, this sideline is hyped up watching Chambers out there.
That is such accurate reporting from Jenny. Straight up giddy after the 75-yard touchdown run.
This kid was a scout team quarterback last year. He went into the game, and everybody on the Wyoming sideline got up because he was so popular as a scout team quarterback just to see what he would do.
Over 100 rushing yards in the game, highlighted by the 75-yarder. That is Swin to the 30-yard line, bringing a gang of Tigers and Cowboys with him.
Well, this is going to be hard medicine for Barry Odom and Ryan Walters, the two guys in charge of this Missouri defense, but they're just flat being out-physicaled right now.
Titus Swin, the true freshman. Important correction. He's actually wearing 34, although he's listed at 36. But that's the true freshman out of Fort Worth, Texas. Where the Cowboys were excited to get the football in his hands, and you could see why. 1st and 10, Wyoming.
Unbalanced.
Chambers handoff, this time Valladay, this time only a gain of 2. Nick Bolton makes the stop for Mizzou.
It's a great play by Bolton, finding his way back in there and getting him around the legs and getting him down. This is complicated when they get into unbalanced formations because gaps shift, and everybody has to move and get into different gaps, or you have to have the secondary accommodate the change of formation. We saw that mishap in the first half.
Yeah, you almost have to make a new center. The guard now becomes a center, and you got to shift over one spot. Sometimes it can confuse the defensive line.
241 rushing yards for Wyoming. And now Chambers on just the 3rd pass completion of the game for Wyoming finds the redshirt freshman Jackson Marcotte at 6'7". First down, Wyoming.
It's awesome. Once you get the run game established, you see everyone flowing down for the run. This is what this offense is going to be built on going forward. Run, run, run. Powerful football between the tackles. And then our quarterback, we're still not sure if he can throw the ball down the field, but we can sneak a tight end into the flat. He pulls it and lets it roll.
Wyoming 3 total completions when Missouri has 6 receivers with 2+, but 2 red zone turnovers. 3 on the day. Cowboys, the football in the lead. Chambers, nothing there on first down.
If you're a Missouri Tiger fan, you're going to count on your leadership. And there's a number of guys who we've said earlier have been in close games. They've got a lot of pride. This is a program trying to go from good to great. They've been picked by a lot of prognosticators as a team that is going to be a sleeper. You know, an SEC East, they're going to be in the mix in that deal, giving Georgia a shot. They've got some leadership here. Watch them bow up.
Well, they need a stop here. They need a field goal for Wyoming to make this keep this a 2-score game.
Chambers, 2nd down. Toss it. Touchdown, Wyoming. Austin Conway.
RPO with a capital P for perfect. They're reading the interior defender. He commits to the run as he needs to.
And he brought a fastball right there, baby. That's a little Brett Favre action right there. Want to see if he gets in. Does the knee stay up? Oh, it's going to be close. I'm sure they're going to take another look at this, but that was an absolute laser.
That was Doc Gooden. Brett Favre.
Oh,
a fastball.
Let me just rip it. But hey, Conway with the route, though. He gets to the top. He gave a little shimmy, and then hit the slant or the skinny post. Great job creating separation on the outside.
Ken Williamson waiting before the snap, making sure Wyoming doesn't snap it.
Going to the field is a touchdown. The previous play is under review.
So replay official Ron Leatherwood wants to take another look, as we did, to see if Conway breaks the plane before that knee hits.
See where that right knee hits right there. It depends on if the nose of the ball is in or not.
The angle we have here is inconclusive, right?
Yes.
So it would be hard to take it off if it's inconclusive, unless there's another camera angle for the officials.
Nose of the pigskin, call is touchdown, and you have to have a clear picture in order to overturn it.
This may give us a better view right here. Nose is over, but when did the knee hit, though? Knee is down now.
That nose is on the line right there.
Well,
Carter Blackburn with hands in the air. You're committing to that call then, huh?
I'm committing to
I'm trying to get the 50% right here. You're going to be 2 for 3. I'm trying to go 1 for 2. I'm going touchdown.
And that's one of those where, because the call is touchdown.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
That looks like disputable video evidence as opposed to indisputable video evidence. And yet, you wouldn't be surprised. We'll see.
No, we wouldn't be surprised.
No, wouldn't. Not a good start to the year for me, Coach. You know?
Well, we got to wait and see.
We'll find out.
After further review, the runner's knee was down with the ball at the half-yard line. Therefore, it will be first down and goal, Wyoming.
I can say
the left pass.
I can see it.
I can say conclusively it wasn't at the half-yard line.
It was at the inch-yard line, if anything. I mean, that ball is barely touching. I mean, if the wind blew, it should be in the end zone, for goodness sake.
You know what? Sometimes they have a view that we don't.
That's correct. Good point,
Rick.
True. So the touchdown off the board for now for Wyoming.
I'm still 0 for 2 for the year. You know, I got to get this changed up pretty soon.
This is a sellout defensive attack here. Submarine, try to create some penetration, see if you can make a big play.
Valladay, he stopped short, and it's Cole Garrett. No surprise. Cale Garrett who comes up to make that stop.
That's the senior leadership we were talking about, Rick. You got to step up if you're the senior middle linebacker for this team. Enough's enough.
Offside, defense number 97. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Too much of a sellout, Carter.
And that's Myers who moved inside. Had a big play in the first half. Big penalty here. First and goal, half the distance, which ain't much. So now we're back to where we thought that original spot should be, right? 1 inch away.
The ball doesn't lie. You know, it should have been at the inch-yard line, if anything. QB sneak it. You got a big quarterback. He can run. Snap it. Let him get in the end zone.
You know what? This is a good chance to get your fullback a touch.
Chambers and a handoff. Didn't get in again. Got second down and goal. It was Trey Smith, a graduate transfer from Louisville. So second and goal coming.
One of the lost arts in football, given all the one-back that we see is two-back and fullback offense. Skylar Miller in there at the fullback position, you never get the ball, but it's the fastest guy to the line of scrimmage.
Just a little belly. You flip around as a quarterback, you clear your hips, allow him to come right down the center and guard. And it's 34-35 belly, right or left.
Smith and Miller behind Chambers, second and goal. It's Smith again. This time he's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. The INT in the end zone from Bryant turns into a touchdown for Wyoming.
And they ran right behind number 69, Eric Abuje. And I would be too. You've been watching him all night long. He has been dominant. He won this left guard position during fall camp. And he does a great job of just shutting everything down, letting the guard, his opposing guard, the right guard, to pull around. Number 79, Logan Harris. And that was an easy walk-in touchdown. But Eric Abuje, number 69, 6'5", 354 pounds, has had himself a night tonight at left guard.
It's an interesting little goal line concept right there.
The PAT from Roth makes it 34-17. Bryant's INT in the end zone, the third takeaway by the Wyoming defense. And after the 14-0 start for Mizzou, Cowboys ride Laradice for now.
Golden Corral's juicy endless sirloin and saucy St. Louis style ribs really put the meat in Meet Me in St. Louis. Endless sirloin and St. Louis style ribs. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
This is a payday bar. It has a truckload of peanuts and a caramel core that gets the job done. It's 10.5 centimeters of awesome. Unless you get the king size, which is 14.7 centimeters of, oh yeah. Payday. Get to it.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 monthly premiums or $0 deductibles. Call now. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-558-7165. That's 1-800-558-7165.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or MedicareMadeClear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
Here, the crowd is so loud you can't hear them anymore. The cowboy's safety is provided by a few good men. His fistful of rope is the only bond between man and beast. Those 8 seconds go by mighty quick in the house of PBR.
As As the sun sets on Laramie, Wyoming, the Cowboys 34-17. A Missouri turnover turns into a Cowboy touchdown.
Sometimes the intricacies of run offense go unnoticed, but this is a great design. Watch the fullback. He's going to take these linebackers outside. They're not coming downhill. And the backside tight end, number 33, Josh Harshman, ends up being a lead back. So you're getting a lead without linebackers fitting a lead, and it ends up as a touchdown. Did you hear that, Aaron? Hours we spend on that stuff.
Was that a play you guys ran the Alliance this year? Was that an Alliance
play? She
play?
said, I'm not working that kind of hours.
No, I ain't working until 1 o'clock in the morning. Plain and simple.
You guys are nuts.
The life of a coach is not ideal for me.
Another touchback to the 25 for Missouri. Let's check in with Brett Stover in New York.
Guys, the marquee matchup of week number 1. Oregon and Auburn. Darian Felix from 6 yards out beats the defense of the pylon. In the third, Oregon leads 21-6 on the Tigers.
And here in Wyoming, I mean, this is
Pac-12 fans breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, how do you? I know you're neutral now.
And SEC fans are like, what is going on week 1?
Mizzou fans are certainly feeling like what's going on right now. Bryant, 1st and 10, hit as he throws, complete. There's Alberto, second catch, and Alberto takes it all the way across the 50. Halliburton finally wrestles him out of bounds.
Well, as you watch Halliburton try to get a handle on him, you realize why he's so coveted by the next level. It's surprising he has not been utilized tonight. Maybe as we go further into the game, we're going to find a way to get him the ball if you're a Tiger fan.
Gain of 32 that time for Okuweben, a junior from Springfield, Illinois.
I asked Barry Odom how much he practiced his name in recruiting him. He says, a lot.
Bryant turns hands, Roundtree. Inside the 45, pushing against the Wyoming defenders. Garrett Kroll makes a stop after a gain of 5.
Not urgency right now for Missouri. You don't want to play with thinking that you got to score. Play your offense. There's still plenty of time in this game. Your offense is already explosive enough. Don't feel like you got to press like you did last year with throwing balls up in the air for interceptions.
There's a Wyoming Cowboy down. Wait to double check that number.
I agree wholeheartedly with your point, Aaron. You've got to stay within yourself, but people have to make plays and play within the offense. Don't try to put on a cape and become Superman.
That's Rome Weber, the freshman safety who was down. We step aside.
Yes! Loser buys lunch.
Go! Okay, Jack. USAA Bank has you covered.
Thanks, Chief.
Nice and easy. Hop in.
Don't sweat it, Sergeant. With no monthly service fees, you've been saving a little extra. That means more for corn dogs.
And maybe some practice.
USAA Bank helps you save a little more money for when it matters. Find help at every turn with USAA Bank.
I got
it! Keeping the night interesting is all about setting the right tone. Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived. Corona Premier.
Football is a team sport, but it's not just the guys on the field. It's the unsung heroes who help us win throughout the season. They're tough and hardworking. For these professionals, Werner products are an essential part of every job. They're versatile, adaptable, and always up for the challenge. They deliver balance and trust, and you can count on them for quality. They've worked their way to the top and stay there. Now's the time to find great deals on Werner products. Visit stepupwithwerner.com to learn more.
This is a payday bar. It has a truckload of peanuts and a caramel core that gets the job done. It's 10.5 centimeters of awesome. Unless you get the king size, which is 14.7 centimeters of, oh yeah. Payday. Get to it.
Golden Corral's juicy endless sirloin and saucy St. Louis style ribs really put the meat in Meet Me in St. Louis. Endless sirloin and St. Louis style ribs. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
$34-17 Wyoming on Missouri, but Rome Weber still down on the field right now for the Cowboys. So this is the redshirt freshman who earned a starting spot at free safety and one of the real key players in Wyoming's season, because you lose Andrew Wingard and Marcus Epps, who started for a combined 7 years between them in the back end. Weber comes in, and you go back to 2 plays ago. Weber chasing Alberto. Yeah, and you see him grab the hamstring there on the right side. That was 2 plays ago, and then Weber goes down. So now Brandon Smith, the junior, more experienced player at free safety, the key player for Wyoming, out of the game right now. So 2nd and 5, Bryant out of the shotgun with Roundtree in the backfield. Kelly Bryant, check down, Roundtree, 2nd and 5. Solid open field tackle by Keon Blankenbaker, the sophomore from Oak Park, Illinois.
Where they put themselves in, once again, a position with getting past the 50-yard line, getting this 3rd and short. You don't got to get it all right now. For the first down, this is 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
You got to start gaining some touchdowns. But I just think field position 2 dictates the fact that you have 2 downs to get this first.
Go back to the first 2 drives from Missouri. Both touchdowns led by Kelly Bryant, haven't been in the end zone since. The interception in the end zone on the last possession for Mizzou. Bryant rolling 3rd and 2. Pressure. Bryant needs some help downfield. Back to the line of scrimmage, and the Cowboys rally on Kelly Bryant again. It'll be a sack. Jackson finishes it off. Eventually, it's a loss of 3.
That's another issue I have right now with Kelly Bryant. You know you're in 4-down territory right here. Throw the ball away. Plain simple. You get right here, all your receivers are on the right. Throw it out of bounds. You keep it to 4th and 2. Now it's 4th and 6, 7. You may have to punt the ball.
And the punting unit is out. There's another Wyoming player down.
I don't like that. Obviously, it was a bunch formation, 3 receivers all clustered closely together, and they were all working to create a rub or pick, whichever term you want to use, and create a ball out there. But they were too far away from Kelly Bryant. The ball was going to have to be in the air too long, and it gave the Wyoming defenders an opportunity to shore it up and cover them. And then obviously your point is well made. Throw that ball away and live to fight again on 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
You wonder, though, if it's conveyed to him that we are in 4 down, because it is helpful for the quarterback to know it. I know,
but he should know, though. He should know. There's something. You're a quarterback. I was worried. You know, when you get in a situation where you're about the 40-yard line, you've played enough football in his life, and you're down 34-17. If it's 4th and 1 on the 39, you're going for it. You know that. You don't need a coach to tell you. He's a senior.
To his defense, new system, trying to learn new wrinkles.
Football's football, though.
Understood. And I agree with your overall assessment. I don't like the width of that bunch to create what they were trying to create.
Well, especially if you're going to be running from the left hash. I mean, that's a long way to go to run to get there, and it has to be bang-bang pretty much. Quarterback has to throw it on his 3rd foot.
Yeah, this is Tyler Hull, who's down for Wyoming. So you lost Rome Weber a couple of snaps ago, and now Tyler Hull, your best cover corner. It's that stiff arm and a tough tackle on Bryant. And now Hull is down, so for the time being, Wyoming has 2 of its starters in the secondary out of the game. But the punt unit is on. McCann first. Game punting for Mizzou, and that loss of 3 changes the dynamic on 4th down to this degree.
That was a near miss as a 12th Wyoming defender leaves the field.
And it was 4th and 5. McCann trying to hang it out of bounds, but it sails. Well, we'll see. Marked out of bounds at the 15. So, punt inside the 20. Wyoming football, 34-17.
The power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin.
and Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is for people with type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. I take it once a week. It starts acting in my body from the first dose.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
Attention. IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all-natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes, only $6.99.
Minute 56 before we hit the fourth quarter, and Wyoming is in command. It's a 34-3 run for the Cowboys. Take a look at our Geico difference makers. Well, Kelly Bryant, the numbers, completion, yards, touchdown, but the INT in the end zone, some of the other questionable decisions so far for Kelly Bryant. And then you take it to Sean Chambers, and despite just 4 completions, he has been the difference maker for Wyoming.
He's not turned the ball over. I mean, Kelly Bryant had the fumble. Obviously, he had the interception right there in the red zone. It's taking points away from your team and then giving it to your opponent. And you see a Chambers, a young quarterback who's played a lot less football than Kelly Bryant. He's taking care of it. Is his completion percentage up? No. But no turnovers, and he's running the ball very effectively.
Missouri fans are hoping Kelly Bryant becomes much more a difference maker.
Titus Swin is in running back. That completion on the edge. Well, this one for just the 5th completion of the game for Wyoming, but they've run it for 242 against Mizzou.
88 yards was all they mustered up a year ago. 242 tells you how much they sharpened the pencils and gave all these different looks to this now conflicted Missouri defense.
I mean, that's amazing to go 88 last year in Columbia and to put up those numbers, including 61-yard TD run, 75-yard TD run. And it's Swin who has it here. The true freshman to the 29-yard line. Bolton makes the stop.
Well, Tyler Vanderwall was the quarterback last year. Let's not forget that. It's not like Sean Chambers was the guy when they went to Missouri to play. So you're talking about 2 different quarterbacks, a passer versus a guy that's a powerful runner. Plain simple, he is a powerful in between the tackle. We saw the stiff arm. We saw him shrug off Cale Garrett, one of the best linebackers in the SEC. This is a completely different offense than it was week 2 of last season.
Brent Vigen has committed to this run offense, run-first offense, where the quarterback is clearly a run threat.
Valladay next to Chambers. Valladay takes it on 2nd and 8 with the blocker ahead of him. It's Harshman blocking for him again. Takes it to the 34. It'll be 3rd down and short if Wyoming chooses to snap it before the 4th. Well, Craig Bohl yesterday told us this is not David versus Goliath. We expect to be on the field in the game in the 4th quarter with the Missouri Tigers from the SEC. They're taking it to the 4th, not in the game. They're taking it to the 4th quarter in command at 34-17.
It's amazing what the first quarter, we were like looking up here in the booth saying Missouri's dominating. What can Wyoming do to stop this team? And all of a sudden we're going to the 4th. It is 34-17. And we're saying, what can Missouri do to slow this thing down?
To the 4th quarter on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
This song? With the kids in the car? Oh, they're listening to something else?
Hawaii over Arizona. Boise State over Florida State. Wyoming trying to add to the list of early season upsets from the Mountain West.
They are flexing, and flexing in a big way. This has been an impressive performance as they've outscored Missouri 34-3 after giving up 2 early touchdowns.
We begin the fourth quarter with 3rd and short. Chambers under center. Fake it. Chambers on the roll. Heaves it. Dangerous, but it is incomplete. Looking downfield for the tight end Weinman, and Oliver nearly had the pick. 4th down, Wyoming punts.
Oh, that is what you cannot do if you're Sean Chambers right there. Position game and you're playing the clock game. At the end of the day, run, run, run. 3 runs. I don't care if you don't get a first down. Do a little pooch punt, and then once again, make Missouri have to drive the entire length of the field right now. Run the football, play field position, and just let that clock run and say, Kelly Bryant's going to have to beat us with his arm. But down 10 points with 9 minutes to go.
Marshman out of the game for now for Wyoming. Fake it, toss it, complete over the middle. Ismail makes the grab, and Little Rocket takes it inside the 20. A red zone trip for the Cowboys. Miller finally makes a stop after a gain of 26.
Brent Vegan also understands you've got to stay aggressive. This is an RPO. Missouri realizes the strategy you just said, Aaron, and they have everybody in the box. There's no safety. This is easy because the guy's 10 yards out. Sean Chambers, and this is the throw Sean Chambers enjoys the most.
He loves the RPO. He can stay on rhythm with his feet. We talk about the players, and Jenny talked about the players having confidence in Chambers and the quarterback. How about these coaches right now? How much confidence they have in him to say, hey, 4th quarter, we're up by 10, and we're going to let you throw the football? It is a big night for this kid.
Chambers snaps it with 2 on the clock. Valladay spinning to near the 10. That 26-yard gain was the longest pass play of the night for Wyoming.
You make a great point that they waited till 2 were on the clock. There's a lot going on for a freshman quarterback, right? To keep track of the 40-second clock and to make sure that you're getting rid of it as much as you can is advanced stuff.
Well, right now you just got to make sure field goal, no turnovers. We've seen Missouri right now in the red zone. Young freshman quarterback, a couple possessions ago, he tried to force a ball on a crossing route. Just take care of the football and make sure you're putting points at the end of this.
2nd and 4, Swin in the backfield. Fake it, toss it, end zone, incomplete. Another missed opportunity on the backside. It was Gentry who had a chance this time from Chambers.
Coach Vegan is going to sit there and say, you know what, I'm not sure I like the choice. I'm going to reel him back in. Yes. I wanted to stay aggressive. Look for this to be a run, and look for Ryan Walters, the defensive coordinator for Missouri, to realize it and have a 0 coverage, everybody in the box to snuff this out and hold Wyoming to a field goal.
The issue is if you're going to call an RPO as a coach right now, Missouri's going to load the box. So as a quarterback, you're taught, hey, heavy numbers, I have to throw. So if you want him to run the ball, don't call an RPO at this play. Just call it a simple zone read or a run to the running back.
Chambers again snaps it with 2. Chambers going to keep it, and Chambers will stretch. He's close to a first down. And another effort from Sean Chambers moves the chains. 1st and goal, Wyoming.
There you go, zone read right there. Say, hey, listen, you had your fun throwing the football. I'm going to give you 2 options right here. Either you hand the ball off or you're going to run it. I'm going to make a simple read the outside linebacker, defensive end, and that's just a big quarterback using all of his might, determination to get the first down.
Who knew Tim Tebow wore Spurs? Guys, is that not Tim Tebow from the glory days? Just pounding away.
We just need a jump pass now, and he'll complete it.
It looked like Craig Bull was running down to try and get a timeout. Instead, they snap it, get the first down, and it's 1st and goal. A chance to bleed more clock as well. Chambers, now they snap it with 1. Valladay, right side, stretches to near the 2-yard line. Garrett makes the stop.
Coach, 4-down territory here. Because if you don't get it, you're making Missouri have to drive 99. Are you kicking a field goal?
I think I take the field goal because I want Missouri to have to score 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
This is a beautiful drive. And this is the luxury of all luxuries for a head coach and an offensive coordinator. You're in a great game. You're battling. You've got a chance, and you get to let this clock go. And for Barry Odom, it's like watching sand go through the hourglass.
A touchdown makes it a 3-score game with just over 7 minutes to go. Chambers in zone, incomplete. Missed another shot. Ismail this time again.
And they've made the correction now. The Missouri defenders, obviously, where they are in the field is one of the reasons, but they're up in the grill of the Wyoming receivers. They're playing everybody in the box, but that RPO is not going to be available if I'm playing right in you and using my hands.
Well, and they're playing inside leverage, too, which you got to do in cover zero. If you're going to score on us, it better be an out route or it better be a fade ball. Right now, if I'm with Wyoming, I'm going to run behind number 69, Obuje. You've had success all night long. He's a big guy. Just pound it in. See what you can do.
On 3rd and goal. Fake it. Chambers on the roll to the end zone. It is incomplete. 4th and goal coming.
To your point, Craig Bowl was running again because I think he wanted to run the ball. They missed a chance to get 40 seconds off the last play, and now they do again.
Did not get the timeout, though, so that's twice Bull wanted the timeout. One time they get the first down to make it 1st and goal. This time didn't get the timeout. When we have another Missouri Tiger down, we saw Ware go down and come back. This time Christian Holmes, who's his backup at corner, is down right now. 4th and goal. And the Missouri training staff tending to Christian Holmes.
Well, that's a minute and, 20 seconds?
Yes.
And you could have.
Right.
It should be right now. What is it? 7:05? You should be in the fives right now.
If you would manage it perfectly, right?
Run the football. Your quarterback, yes, he's made some good throws tonight, but play clock management, especially the way your defense is playing and the way Missouri's offense looks at the moment.
He's given his coordinator an
happy
earful
about
right
that.
now. Listen, for you at home, what that means is about 8 extra plays in the football game. Mm-hmm. Imagine what those can mean in this kind of close contest.
With 7:05 and 3 timeouts for Missouri, 8 extra plays could mean an awful lot.
With how fast they go, that's a ton of plays for them.
Ooh. Tough.
What do you call that, Coach? Friendly fire right there once again?
For Coach Vegan, this is darned if you do, darned if you don't, right? Stay aggressive, but don't do that if you're going to have an incomplete pass. Welcome to the world of coaching.
That's why I don't coach.
Call, you
I'd rather just stay up here with you and hang out.
And so Roth for 3 here to make it a 13-point game. Missouri would need 2 touchdowns, 7:05. And for the Lou Groza Award finalist from last year, another short attempt, this one coming from 20. Roth boots it through. Wyoming, 3 more on the board, but Missouri holds them out of the end zone. 37-24. Tiger football.
I don't know what's going on. I've done all sorts of research, read earnings reports, looked at chart patterns.
Tired of lugging around big bags of pet food and litter? Get it delivered. Chewy.com delivers everything your pets need right to your door. They ship all your favorite brands of dog food, cat food, litter, toys, and treats. All at amazing prices. Plus, you get fast, free shipping. With Chewy.com, you don't have to break a sweat or the bank.
Save 30% on your first order and get fast, free shipping. Shop online at Chewy.com.
On an all-new season of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
There's a storm coming.
Did you hear that? Someone's in the house.
All of our Dr. Pepper's gone.
Hey, you got the wrong fan.
Are you seeing another grill?
It's just a snack.
That's it, bro.
These turnovers are killing us.
Your husband's gone.
For the season? I'm transferring to Tech.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. About time you showed up.
Attention. IHOP has new crispy buttermilk chicken made with all natural chicken breast, chicken sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cock-a-doodle yum. And for a limited time, IHOP chicken and pancakes, only $6.99.
I wanted more out of life.
I was grouchy all the time, didn't want to go out. I was lost.
Then I heard about money.
With money, I saw results, like instantly.
A Wyoming field goal drive takes 3.5 minutes off the clock. They would have loved to have a 5-minute touchdown drive. So you revisit our principal financial game plan. And really the bottom one there, Bryant unsettled. That's been the big one for Wyoming.
He's made some curious mistakes for a guy who's had his kind of experience. But again, let's remember this is his first game with Missouri. Aaron's point is, hey, you played enough quarterback. You can't be throwing across your body and making that kind of ridiculous interception throw that he did earlier in this half. But here he is, 2 scores down. What a way to endear himself to Missouri fans by leading a victory comeback.
Roth kicks off. Beatty is back. The kickoffs have all been touchbacks to the 25. So, Aaron, clearly the Wyoming defense has brought it tonight against Mizzou.
It was a slow start as they tried to figure out what's going on, but then they stepped it up starting in the second quarter. Turnovers, you see right here. Fumble recovery, taking advantage of it, getting in the end zone. The fumble in the goal line right there. It's just been a great job of containing Kelly Bryant. But I think at the end of the day, too, it's Missouri with self-inflicting wounds, not taking care of the football, throwing interceptions like that, not holding it with two hands when contact is about to occur. Silly stuff like that, which is playing right into this tough-nosed Wyoming defense.
Of the 3 turnovers, 2 in the red zone. Bryant checked down Beatty across the 25. Beatty pushes across the 31.
No need to be flamboyant here offensively, but there needs to be some sense of urgency. With 3 timeouts, you can get down the field and have plenty of time to get the second possession that you require. As soon as they get to the 40, you can see them in 4-down capability, which will allow a little bit more in the way of versatility for the play caller.
Bryant time, Johnson across the 40, across the 45. That's a gain of 16.
4-down territory now. Still take the underneath. This is a speed differential. Wyoming's going to keep you in front.
Snap it on first down in a hurry. Bryant to the outside. Nance inside the 30 with Alberto blocking for him. Nance takes it in a hurry. Touchdown, Mizzou. Nance from 53 yards.
Cover 2 right there. He hit it in the hole. I think the checkdowns finally got to this Wyoming defense. Like, hey, enough's enough. The cornerback came up. You're going to see on the right side of your screen. Cornerback was worried about the running back right there. Doesn't get enough depth. Doesn't get his hands on the receiver. And that's a tough throw to make when you have to laser that thing right in there in between the safety and corner. Awesome job, but that's what happens when you check it down, check it down, check it down. Defenses get sick of it. They come up, you hit it over their heads. Yeah, baby, I like it.
Late getting an offensive lineman on for the PAT. Good hold. PAT is good for McCann. On adventure there, but with 6:19 to go, it is anybody's ball game. Will Kelly Bryant in the night as the hero for Missouri? Jonathan Nance leads the Tigers to the end zone to make it a 6-point game.
Get 50% off all Domino's pizzas when you order online. 50% off sausage pizzas, handmade pan pizzas, even barbecue banana pepper pizzas. If you're into that, this week only, get 50% off the menu price of 34 million pizza combinations at Domino's.com.
This is a payday bar. It has a truckload of peanuts and a caramel core that gets the job done. It's 10.5 centimeters of awesome, unless you get the king size, which is 14.7 centimeters of, oh yeah. Payday. Get to it.
Amazing.
Okay. So, ordering more paper towels.
Don't forget to start with Ibotta.
Already on it.
When you shop on mobile, start with Ibotta, the free app that gives you cash back at all your favorite online stores. That's life rewarded with Ibotta.
All right.
Spicy tuna roll. Sushi. Sashimi coming.
With the Grubhub delivery app, if you want it all,
Delivery for Troy.
you can get it all at Grubhub. Restaurants you love delivered.
Selling on Poshmark is crazy simple. All you have to do is post a picture, add a description, add a price, and you're pretty much good to go. Right now I'm selling Air Jordans and Nikes and Adidas, anything really performance related or style related.
Download the free Poshmark app now.
Home sweet home. Your sanctuary. You know you need to protect it with home security. But traditional alarm companies have made things so complicated, you just keep putting it on the bottom of your list. SimpliSafe is changing that, with an arsenal of sensors and cameras designed to blanket you with protection, ready to set up right out of the box. So put home security back on the top of your list with SimpliSafe. Visit SimpliSafe.com for a limited time offer.
Golden Corral's juicy endless sirloin and saucy St. Louis style ribs really put the meat in Meet Me in St. Louis. Endless sirloin and St. Louis style ribs. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
The The last two scoring drives for Missouri have taken just a minute 52. This one just 42 seconds.
Well, patience runs both ways, right? We're talking about Missouri being patient, play underneath. You can see this running back come out into the flat right here. The corner sees the quarterback's eyes and jumps up, creates a rail shot for the quarterback. Kelly Bryant knowledgeable enough to take advantage, and Nance to the end zone.
It's a great job. That's what happens when you just take your check down over and over again. Defenses hate when the back catches it for 2 yards, runs for 8 to 10.
They will eventually take the cheese.
They will eventually.
Nance's second touchdown as a Missouri Tiger. Transfer from Arkansas. That's a touchback to the 25-yard line as we check in with Brent Stover in New York.
Guys, Auburn backup quarterback Joey Gatewood gets a touch at the goal line, goes over the top of the touchdown. The Tigers lined up for 2 to tie the game, but took a false start penalty, so settled for the PAT. They're down 1 in the fourth to Oregon.
Fourth quarter here, these Tigers down by 6. Sean Chambers and the Wyoming Cowboys looking for a momentous win to begin 2019. Valladay gets a first down handoff, finds the edge. Valladay shoved out near the 35. AC shoves him out outside at 2 minutes. So going out of bounds, not that big of a difference time-wise. And the QB comparison, we've talked about it all night because those 3 turnovers for Bryant, that's the difference.
With the stacking of this Missouri defense, this all-in effort to corral the Cowboy running game, these outside runs are now getting their opportunities. Everybody's in there. Outside guys got to keep an edge so that they can funnel back to their interior teammates.
Smith behind Chambers here. Smith takes it. The Louisville transfer, nothing there. Tried to take the A-gap, and the Tigers shove him back.
No need to worry about timeouts here yet. You probably will wait until the 3-minute mark to do that. So what Barry Odom is doing is telling Ryan Walters, stay aggressive, stay in there. I'll take the heat if this Chambers kid beats us with his arm, but you stay after him.
It's going to be interesting what that conversation was after the last series with Coach Bowl and Coach Vegan about running it or passing it.
I think they have to stay aggressive out here.
Now wearing 89. 34 is now wearing 89.
That's Swin. That's his 3rd jersey number of the night. Snap it with 4 seconds. Give it to Swin. And Swin, the true freshman back, number 89. Give it to him now because he's tough running to make it 3rd and short. Bolden makes a stop. Gain of 8.
We were told by the SID they had 334s.
Right.
That's illegal, so they went and found a number. No name on the back. So he's Mr. No Name right now.
And Titus Swin, number 89. And so now you snap it on 3rd down, taking the clock down to just outside of 4 minutes before you snap it on 3rd.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. Don't snap it just yet. You want to snap it about 2 seconds to go.
High snap. Chambers corrals it. Chambers pushing, stretching, and moving the chains for Wyoming. Running behind Patrick Arnold. Chambers made a great snag on that high snap.
All you wanted from Wyoming this possession was to get 2 first downs, because you get 2 first downs. Say you don't get another first down the rest of this drive, you punt the ball, and now you make Missouri drive the length of the field if they're going to want to win this football game. So you're eating up clock, and once again, you're playing the field position battle. You're winning both of them at the moment, and hey, that Missouri defense line at the moment, couple hands on the hips.
That would be my second quarterback. That would be my second choice if I'm a Wyoming fan. I'd like to take the ball the whole way.
Swin's in the backfield behind Chambers. They snap it at 2. Swin takes the handoff, 89, dropped by Garrett. When do you start using the timeouts if you're Missouri? The answer is after first down.
We said when you get into that 3-minute range is when they're going. What a great play by Chambers. That's why you go to the thriving metropolis of Kerman, California, right?
Missouri,
to get that 6'4" guy that can make that play on that ball that snapped over his head.
West of Fresno, how about Sean Chambers? His dad coached Josh Allen in Youth Bowl in Central California. So the Cowboys have pulled Josh Allen. Now, I'm not saying that Sean Chambers is going to reach Josh Allen, but he's doing it right now.
I mean, he has some areas to work on. He can run the football.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. He can run the football. He throws RPOs pretty well. He needs to now develop the rest of his game to be able to throw the go ball, the post, the corner, the outside deep comeback. Those things he's going to get comfortable with, and it starts with his footwork. He's not comfortable taking a 3 or 5 step drop, staying on balance, and then throwing the ball accurately down the field. That takes time.
All right, let's talk timeouts here. You use it after first down, meaning if you can stop them on second down, use it again. Then you're on third down, and then you're maximizing your timeouts on defense here.
Potentially you'll use them right here, given what the distance is. If this were to get to 3rd and 1, the likelihood to use the second one there would be small.
Out of the first Missouri timeout, Chambers is going to keep it again. Chambers spinning, stretching. Garrett wrestles him down right at midfield. Still wrestling on the takedown.
Bull riding a class here at Wyoming?
That's right. I think Cale Garrett qualifies. According to Missouri's own.
Timeout, Missouri. Second timeout of the half.
One left after the third down stop. If Barry Odom and Ryan Walters' defense can get it. Plenty of time left on the clock. Our Old Trapper Beef Jerky player of the game, Sean Chambers, 4 games last year. So he comes back as a redshirt freshman. And when the Cowboys have needed him to make a big play, young man from Kerman, California, has done it.
This is a question of trust. You obviously have a great deal of it in this young man. He's the starting quarterback just as a freshman. But can he make another big play, and do you put it on his arm? The Missouri defense will gamble. They will be all up. They will say, you have to beat us with your arm. The question is, do you choose to do that with the chance that now it'll be 4th and 5, or you go ahead and run the ball, as Aaron is nodding approvingly. You run the ball, get that clock going, and maybe, if you're Craig Bowl, given the circumstances of this game, the opportunity to beat an SEC opponent, you might be in 4 down.
So this is 3rd and 5, but you're approaching this potentially 2 downs.
I'm keeping that in my holster if I'm the head coach.
You see Missouri,
I want to stay aggressive. I want my team to know I believe in it.
Chambers takes a snap. 3rd and 5. Here he is on the roll. Looking downfield. Flag is down. Chambers finds the edge. Garrett runs him down. 3:29. 3rd timeout used by Mizzou. We check that flag.
It's going to be a hold on left tackle Rudy Stouffer right here as Chambers try to get around the edge.
2 years from now, he will let that ball go out of his hands.
Holding on the offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty to the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
And I like Missouri
and
taking the penalty
receiver into the flat.
Yeah, he should have hit him immediately right here, but good job by Missouri. Right there. Boom, you got to give it to the quarterback, or to the receiver, your tight end in the flat right there. But I like the Missouri taking it back, because the thought of Sean Chambers completing a 15-yard pass is not great. So now you're hopefully playing field position yourself, hoping you gain 10 yards with the punt.
And it's 10 yards you're going to need anyway.
Yeah, because the penalty, you don't have to use a timeout. Barry Odom signaling timeout because the penalty, you don't have to use it. And take it down to about 3 minutes here prior to 3rd and 15. So extra time off the clock, but Missouri saves a timeout.
I'm expecting a run here. I think they're going to try to make them take their last timeout.
Chambers with Valladay. Another high snap. Valladay. It's Chambers who takes it. He dives forward. He's dropped by Oliver. 2:57, 2:56. They're saving a timeout, and you see the 33 seconds. I mean, that is a big difference with the clock winding down. It's going to be around 2:20 prior to 4th down.
I'm calling a timeout right now. I'm giving my offense plenty of time.
I like the call. I like saving my timeout for a circumstance that's unforeseen right now. Over 2 minutes left in this game is an eternity in college football, with 1st down stopping the clock.
Last 2 punts for Wyoming have been adventurous. 43-yard return by Floyd. Going to take it all the way down to near 220. Snap it with 5. Galovich punt will bounce out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. So there it is. 2 minutes, 19 seconds. 1 timeout for Missouri. And after all of the woes for Kelly Bryant and the Tiger offense, 3 turnovers, 2 in the red zone, you have a chance with 2:19 to lead the game-winning touchdown drive in Wyoming.
The key is right now is don't get away from what you've been doing. He's done a good job. If Wyoming wants to play cover 2, find your running back. Find your tight end. Let's just continue to dig and dug. Hey, and then if Wyoming messes up and the cornerback comes up, didn't take your shot. Plenty of time. You got the timeout in your back pocket. No need to think you got to just go throwing 15, 20-yard chunks here.
Given the magnitude of the situation, you'd say this was difficult, but this is actually the easiest of all clock drives because all you do is play fast. You're playing for a touchdown. You're in 4 down. Everybody knows what your circumstances are. Just play fast and play efficiently.
From the 25-yard line, Bryant steps up, throws, complete to the outside. That's Knox across the 35-yard line. Knox shoved out near the 37. First down, Mizzou.
And good job getting out of bounds. I worked for a second. He was going to try to get a couple extra yards, but 2 yards compared to saving some time. Smart move, and that's what these receivers need to know right now. 2 to 3 extra yards, it ain't worth it. Get out of bounds and save that clock.
Although the clock rolls ready for play. Outside of 2 minutes, Bryant delivers again. Johnson goes down. Short gain.
No need to use the timeout here. Plenty of time. Just stay efficient. Play fast. Stay efficient. Clock now at 1:48.
Bryant, 2nd and 5. Slant, dangerous. Intended for Johnson. It is batted down. Incomplete.
Interesting to watch the Wyoming hockey shift, right? The whole defense changes. Try to get some fresh pass rush in here. 2 downs. One thing about clock drives you sometimes forget, you have to make first downs. 2 downs to make it. Don't forget your running game here.
Alberto out of the game on 3rd and 5. Bryant over the middle. Caught. First down, Mizzou. Bannister holds it in. Rolling across the Wyoming 40-yard line. Clock stops temporarily on the first down.
And that was a great throw. Linebacker just a little too slow to get to his Tampa 2 location. Kelly Bryant spreading the needle.
With the clock rolling again. Bryant complete. Johnson. Cowboys rally to the football at the 31. It's Blankenbaker. Makes a stop.
Now Craig Bull finds himself in that purgatory. When do I come after him? When do I use my timeouts to save chance and if they find a way to score?
Bryant on 2nd and 3. Looking, complete over the middle. It's Beatty out of the backfield. Beatty wrestled down inside the 25. First down again. Stop it temporarily with 1:03.
Play fast, play efficiently.
From the 25, under a minute to go. Bryant on the run. Kelly Bryant scrambling, tucks it, and runs out of bounds near the 21 with 46 seconds. Wells Ross chases him out.
He wanted to. He wanted to throw it. And in that last play 2 quarters ago, where he threw the interception trying to force it to his left, same kind of situation. It's not open. Use your legs. Right there, you're athletic for a reason.
Defensive Jake Dickert has got his weapons in his hand. When do I use him? When do I fire? He's staying comfortable in his backed up 2-deep zone.
Ogawebinim back in the game for Mizzou. Bryant 2nd and 5. Pressure. Run.
Now you use the
takes the sack, and that's why you keep one in your hip pocket, right? Just in case Bryant is sacked. Hull gets the sack. Timeout used with 41.
Timeout, Missouri. 3rd and final timeout of the half. This will be a full timeout. A full timeout.
And with the way that Bryant is playing, go back to that last timeout by Mizzou. I mean, you're thinking that, not sure in first game as a quarterback that in this scenario, you take a sack, you have that timeout, right?
Well, you need to not take a sack. That's QB 101. And he went to QB 101 school as soon as he got to Missouri in January. They took him there to teach him the plays, how to be a quarterback, how to quarterback this offense. And one of the things you learn is in 2 minutes, you can't take a sack. Plain and simple.
Criminal.
You get the ball out of your hands, whatever it is, at all costs.
The quarterback always has to have a mental alarm clock. I get a chance to look down the field and ascertain what's going on, but the alarm clock has to go off and say check down. And right in front of him was a back. Now, the back would have run, but the timeout would now have been used with a 3rd down and 2 call rather than a 3rd down and 11 call.
And you go back to what you pointed out earlier, Rick. Yes, 41 seconds, you need a touchdown out of timeouts. But it's 3rd and 11. You have 2 plays to get those 11 yards. I mean, don't forget about the first downs, right?
Well, Wyoming right now, I'm playing off again. I'm going to keep everything in front of me. Let them get about 7-8 yards, rally, make the tackle. That's time rolling off, and then you get to 4th down as well. You don't want a big play to get to a 1st down, the clock to stop temporarily to allow Missouri to go spike the football.
This is where Craig Bohl has to get involved defensively so that the defensive coordinator knows the head coach is all in on whatever choice he makes.
So last time they showed this defense, they dropped out to a Tampa 2. It'll be interesting if they bring the pressure. Looks like they're going to drop out once again and play that Tampa 2 look.
Bryant on 3rd and 11. Rolling, pressured again. Bryant gets rid of it, throws it out of bounds. 4th and 11 with 35 seconds.
Actually did a good job. Rolled down the cover 3 week there.
Absolutely. That was a great disguise.
Awesome, because you see both safeties off the hash. Last time you saw that middle linebacker drop to the middle third. This time he dropped. Free safety rolled down. I think they got Kelly Bryant. It got me up in the booth a little bit. I was expecting Tampa 2 there.
Albert Okwuegbunam is the #1 tight end in the country. Who matches up with him? I give him a chance to make a play here.
Lined up in the slot on 4th and 11. Bryant on 4th and 11. Downfield end zone tipped. Incomplete. Wyoming gets a stop. The football with 29 seconds. And the Cowboys celebrate.
He had to throw for a 1st down. You don't fault him for pushing it down the field. But if you look at number 81 here, I believe to a 6'5" target, he had a better chance.
Wyoming can take a knee and go to 2-0 versus the SEC in Laramie.
We take a look at this again and focus on, there's the ball. Great job by converging Wyoming defenders. If we can get a look at Albert Okwuegbunam on this play, you can see an opportunity to slip it into the seam.
Biggest play of the night is Sean Chambers kneeling down, and the Wyoming Cowboys will win it over Mizzou 37-31. An all-night celebration begins in Laramie.
How about that Mountain West?
How about Sean Chambers grew up tonight? A lot of trust for him right now, and I bet you a lot of confidence for him going to the rest of the season. You go out there and play like that versus Missouri defense, you feel good as a quarterback.
Barry Odom's as tough as they come. He'll get this team ready to go as they travel to West Virginia next week. Wyoming goes to Texas State. The Bobcats better be ready. This is a gritty bunch.
All eyes on Kelly Bryant all night. But it's Sean Chambers, the winning quarterback for Wyoming. Craig Bohl is with Ginny Dell.
All right, Coach, your first win against a Power 5 team since 2008 here at Wyoming. How were you able to into a victory?
Well, you know what, first of all, credit Missouri's a good football team. We played better tonight. We made plays when we needed to. Our guys believed in one another. This has been a long time coming, and there's going to be more. I think it speaks really well of our conference and especially well of our program.
Earlier, you said that the best team is to be a part of the sideline in this first game. You said you watched your guys in fall camp, and you come out here and you don't know exactly what to expect. But what did you learn about your team tonight?
Well, about in the middle of the first quarter, I knew we were going to be better. I knew we were more physical up front. We had more team speed, and I knew we had a heck of an athletic quarterback.
Congratulations on your first win, Coach. Thank you.
Hawaii over Arizona, Boise State over Florida State, and now Pistol Pete gets to celebrate Wyoming's 37-31 win. Another statement from the Mountain West Conference early in 2019. The Missouri Tigers 0-1 on the year.